Yeah, I believe. Yeah, we invited. Mom's on the other one. It's the Trinmark planning. I did succeed. Okay. There was a third of me that thought there was a possibility that I forgot. So I had a change of heart in what I wanted to drink. uh, I went with an espresso martini instead because I remembered, and then I have espresso working for later because I'm not gonna drink hot espresso with liquor. That doesn't sound pleasant right now. This looks. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know. I mean, I could. I would like to roll a con check, and I will probably fail. New place problems. There we go. That's a pretty picture. Yes. For low perception rolls, this is a very perceptive take.
Think of somebody that thinks long hair is sexy but has no idea how to take care of it. So, with that, we're going to shift back over to the cantina that we left with Obby Smalls and the mysterious Mother Snoo. The cantina, as you both approach, as Mother Snoo is beckoning you both inside, almost like very hastily trying to get you both off of the street. You notice that the sign above you says "Wild Thing" above it, and as you enter, it's very much so this I guess you could say like street side fare, like hacienda. It's got a few set tables outside. It's got an open motif on the inside. You notice that the inhabitants of this place, though, it's a little bit different. You don't see any humans. There's no elves. There's no dwarves. Nothing of the you could say the common races that are out and about. No, this place is littered with goblins, orcs, bugbears, hobgoblins, kobolds, even. There's some lizard folk. You notice that behind the bar there is even a leonin, a lion humanoid person back there scrubbing mugs vigorously. But you definitely get the vibe that this is a bit of a more of a rough and tumble place. Not some place you would go for Sunday brunch, definitely. But as Pride Mother Snoo beckons the both of you to a table off in the corner, she immediately snaps her fingers up in a group and circles around you. And she beckons you to take a seat at the table. This open table with three specific chairs around it. She takes one, positions herself on the other end of the table with her back up against a wall, and puts her hands out, beckoning you both to take the two open chairs.
I'll go ahead and have a seat.
Smalls, what are you up to?
Yeah, I suppose I'll take a seat as well.
All right. You both pull up the chairs, and immediately this group doesn't exactly tighten around you. It's more along the lines of a few others come in and they start kind of engrossing you, and it's you're crowded, but they're not in your immediate space. And you can notice that Pride Mother Snoo is kind of looking back, not looking at you, but past you. She's kind of putting her hand up. Just give it a minute. We wait for them to pass, and then we talk, eh? You both make a lot of noise. I like this. I like noise. Yes, this was good. But, assholes don't like, sometimes don't like noise. So, what are your names?
I'm known as
I am
Smalls.
called Obby.
Abi and Smalls. This name is funny. Why are you called Smalls? You're very big. You have tight butt. Muscles. Why they call you Smalls?
Meh. It is an ironic name, meant for humor.
I don't know what this means, but I like it. Abi. I can see
Yes.
why they call you Abi. This name I understand. I like. And as she continues this conversation with you, you all of a sudden hear a large clanking of. It sounds like heavy metal, like somebody with a large set of armor had just walked into the cantina. If you want, you can make me perception checks trying to hear what's happening behind you.
I do.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, this is always a bad idea, but why not?
Oh, hold on. My thing is a little.
Oh, I got a
slanted.
16. That's like the
16.
highest I've ever gotten.
Okay.
Oh,
Probably what you get.
give me a second. I need to find a more level area. I like rolled and then it just rolled down to the side and I'm like, oh no, you're not even enough.
You might just want to set the tablet straight down and just use the tablet with like a piece of cloth on it.
Yes.
Handsome was the name of the bar that they're in right now?
The wild thing.
Wild
The wild
thing.
thing. Okay.
You make my heart sing.
Perception, right?
On a side
Yeah,
note,
perception.
of all y'all, probably not going to be doing the journal thing. Way too much going on.
You're good, bro. It's all optional.
All good.
I got a 17.
17. On a 17 and a 16, you could hear this voice behind you. It's very commanding, very booming, and you get the sense that this is a guard, one of the heavily armored guards that you've noticed that has been patrolling this place, the military of Opus Dei, the black heavy armor, walking around, massive weapons. They come into the place and they're asking about, the disturbance that happened just a few hundred, about 100 yards off out in the alleyway, and the conversation that's going on. This guard is very forthright, very demanding. What do you know? What's happening? Anybody in here know anything? And the entire bar is silent. Nobody is saying a thing. But the group continues to tighten around you so that there is no way of seeing beyond this line of orcs and hobgoblins and leonin and thrycreen. There's this wild group of individuals that are all known to be of the reservation races. Do you guys say or do anything, or do you just want to bide your time?
No, if they're closing in around us, I'm going to stay. If anything, I might actually kind of hunker down a little bit. Just continue to let them hide me.
Yeah, same.
With your massive form and Abby with your very, very petite, smaller form, you got to kind of hunker down and put your heads kind of towards the table a little bit. Probably Brother Smoot kind of gives you this knowing smile and just kind of puts her hand up and she's looking past and beyond you. A few more moments pass, and you can hear a few more raised voices, and all of a sudden you can have the bar starts to get a little bit more uproarious, and it's definitely getting the impression that these guys are telling basically telling the military, the local guard, to fuck off.
I like these people.
And after only a couple more minutes, the guards, you can hear the heavy metal, the clanging of their armor, leave the room. And you can kind of feel the presence around you break up a little bit, and they give you a little bit more breathing room. That smell of that body odor and that musk of all these people. These are people that work for a living, that fight for a living. So it's definitely ripe in this place, but it's mixing with all the other smells of the spices and the rums and the drinks and the food that's going through here. Everything that you can pick up in the air here, it's extremely spicy. Not in the sense that it might be hot, but it's loaded with flavor and spice, and this place is very pungent, mixing with the obvious odors of the people around you. It's definitely sensory overload, but you get a feeling that this is just the type of culture that this place is. So,
Okay.
R.B. Smalls. I don't like this name. We might pick different name for you before you leave. My name is Snoo. It is pleasure to meet you both.
Likewise. This is Lucky, and then I'm gonna show her the dog.
Oh! Where did you find this beast? And she reaches her hand. She reaches her hand out and does not immediately start petting him. She actually puts her palm out in her fingertips and puts it just beyond his nose and waits patiently. As Lucky just takes a couple of seconds and then reaches out, gives it a sniff, and then all of a sudden begins to lick her fingertips.
The party that we were traveling with, we came across an ambush and we found this pup in a cage, and we decided to bring it along with us.
Oh, this is good. Dire wolf does not belong in cage. Not one bit. It's a proud animal. I like you. Thank you. This is good. What of his pack? Was he by himself?
He is our pup now.
I like this. Little B, you and I shall be friends. You are too small to mate with, but we will be friends. You!
I'm just gonna nod in confusion.
Yes, yes. You, big man, on the other hand. You, big. I like this. What is your story?
I tend to be more personal with my story. Perhaps if we knew each other better, I might share. But
Oh,
I mean no offense when I say I do not know you well enough to feel comfortable sharing my story.
excellent. We shall have to get closer before you take off. I like this idea. You are very romantic. Like this idea. Anyways, down to business. As I said, my name is Snoo. I am Pride Mother Snoo. And this, as she raises her hands up and beckons to the everybody, it almost seems like she's beckoning to everybody in this bar. This is the Pride. And all of a sudden you hear this, oh, 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 as everybody in unison throughout this entire bar just starts chanting at once. Everyone here, we are family. And the reason I bring you here is I think maybe you could be friends, if not family. You, little B. Where are you from?
Um, I'm gonna like kind of like blink for a second and be like, "What do you mean?"
I mean, where are you from? Who is your people, your tribe? Where are you from?
Ah, my tribe is small.
Mhm. You don't
It
want to
is.
tell me?
I'm just gonna kind of like, um, very shyly, just kind of like look at her and be like, "I am sorry. I do not speak of it often."
This is good. You protect your family. Keep it close. Keep it tight, huh?
I'm just gonna nod and be like, "Thank you."
Mm. But you are not from my family, are you?
How do you mean?
She kind of like snaps her fingers, and a few other these a couple individuals come closer to the table, and you notice that these are thrycreen. These are mantis, bearing other like insectoid, humanoid type forms, but nothing close to what you are. She kind of points to them and says, "These, my family. You, not like them. Who is your tribe?"
The Portofili.
The what?
Portofili.
Porto Fili.
Mm.
Never heard of tribe.
It is very small, often forgotten.
Mm. From reservation?
Yes.
Make me a deception roll.
Okay. Okay, hold on. What do I add to my deception again? Oh, my heart just started pounding. So I rolled a 17. I just need to see what I add to it. It's an 18.
18 altogether. Very nice. She looks at you for a moment. Her eyes get real big, and then she just kind of smiles, this big, toothy grin. And you notice that several of her teeth are not only damaged and chipped away, but it looks almost like she has filed them down to very specific points. Personally. She says, okay. Anyways, big man. Now, you who I really want to talk to. You have something I want. Something big. Something hot.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna look at him and be like, I believe she wishes to mate with you.
She's just looking you dead in the face. She's not even paying attention to anything that Uppy said. She's just looking you dead in the dead heat in the eyes, Smalls.
I'm gonna give her the same dead stare directly back in her eyes and play stupid. What would this be?
Hammer on your back. Where do you get this?
From a kill. What is it to you?
you kill. You kill man with hammer, huh?
I have.
Everybody! She slaps her
I am
hands.
not. I am not
Circle
a thief.
around. Big man is going to tell a story of how he got hammer. And all of a sudden you see like the entire group of this. It's like 20, 30 people start scooting closer, chairs, drinks in hand. A couple of them pick up their plates and just start shoveling food into their mouth, but they're all looking dead, just dead right at you. How you get hammer? Tell us of this kid.
I may. But your interest. It intrigues me. Why are you so interested?
I think they like the story.
We all like story. We all like stories of kill. Stories of war, stories of death, battle, honor.
Yes.
You will entertain us. And she snaps her fingers, and all of a sudden, two giant mugs of this like brownish ale get brought over to you. It's like we're not talking like 24 ounces, not even 32 ounces. No, we're talking like 40s, 50 ounces, just these giant mugs. Tell us.
Mother
Tell us
Snoo.
story.
Mother Snoo, I'm happy to entertain. But I am curious. You seem to be very interested in this hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Before I regale you with this tale. Why? What is it to you?
Because I want ham. And I want to know how you have ham.
Ah. Him. You speak of the hammer or the previous owner?
Either or.
I see. Well, Mother Snoo, and audience. My crew and I, we are transporting. We happened across some ruins when we were attacked. And this warrior came out with this hammer. Came and attacked my crew. For this I do not stand. For those I fight with and bleed with, those are family. And so I decided that I should truly impress upon this warrior the mistake that he had made. And to keep a rather long story short, when he charged me, I made sure he understood what he was dealing with. I jumped and grabbed and flipped, and I rode said beast after he had transformed, as if he was a bucking bronco, simply to embarrass him. And to finish him off, I stabbed my javelin through his skull, pinning him to the ground so hard that it flung me over his carcass. This is how this creature died. On a side note, I'm really hoping I remembered that right.
As you're regaling this tale, this story, everybody's kind of like inching ever so slightly closer and reaching in, leaning in. A couple of the Thrycreen that had come over and like sat around your table, they were all sitting like sat down on the ground, crisscross applesauce, and just like looking up at you with these big bug eyes as you were regaling this tale. And as you get to the point of where you telling them of how you basically rode this creature, this being to death before spiking him to the ground and taking his hammer as your battle trophy. A few tense seconds, about 5 to 10 seconds, just sit quietly throughout the entire bar. Snoo's looking at you with this like sneered look on her face. Her lips kind of curl up and you see the teeth exposed. And then she just says, and the entire bar just erupts in this giant orchestra of cheers and jeers and this happiness and this like, and they're regaling this tale. Everybody's slapping you on the back. People are coming around and like pouring more ale into your drink. It's like overflowing and spilling out onto the table. You kill Iron Tusk, riding him like stuck pig. Snoo's just looking at you like expectantly waiting an answer.
Ah, that was his name?
Yes, Iron Tusk. Pain in our asses.
Oh. Well, then perhaps you would appreciate this. And I reach into my satchel and I slam his tusk down on the table.
Oh! And everybody just starts uproaring one more time. The entire bar is just like uproarious, and there are people like clanging drinks together and like throwing food up in the air, and it's like, yes! Yes! I knew I like you, big man. Not just for tight butt. I felt good energy about you. This is good. This is good day. Now, if you would only kindly hand Hammer over to us.
Wait, why does
And
he have
you.
to give you?
Yes, please, Abby.
Why does he have to give you the hammer? He is the one who defeated the beast.
This is true. But the Pride took the job many moons ago to kill Iron Tusk. Unfortunately, he has evaded our scouts. It seems like you stumbled across him and sent him to his grave. This I can appreciate. This we love! But the Pride does not take a job and does not finish. So, if you would be so kind as to give us proof of the kill, I, Pride Mother Snoo, will gladly pay you the bounty that was on his head, as long as we, the Pride, can officially claim the kill and keep our honor intact.
Would the tusk not work?
Ah,
Both belong to the beast.
Perhaps. I need one of you to roll a persuasion check, but you can do it at advantage because you are both helping each other out. You decide who
Only
rolls.
one of us can roll?
On one of you rolls, but it's rolling at advantage.
Do we have to roll right this second, or can I ask a question first?
You can ask a question, sure.
Huh. Mother Snoo, I understand the need to maintain your pride and maintain the honor of your pride. Of this, I have no qualms. But I am curious. This hammer feels as though it has power. This tusk feels as though it's made of sturdy material. Can you tell me of these things? For if you want them to get this, to get that honor back, I will happily oblige. But I do need to know of these things before I make a decision.
Go ahead and roll me that persuasion check still with advantage. One of you, go ahead.
Abby, what is your persuasion?
Mine is a +1.
You take it. I've got a +0.
Okay.
Remember, you're rolling at advantage.
Cool. The first one is a 15.
Nice.
The second one was a 16. So that's 17 total.
17 total. I'll put it this way, Mark, your last question, your last little bit there did lower the DC. The difficulty challenge to it. Snow takes a moment and she kind of leans back in her chair and just like, there are magic in such things. The offices that grant us the payment, they can take this tusk and tell that it belonged to this boil of an ass, this iron tusk. Give me tusk, and I will pay you the bounty. You, big man, keep hammer. I know nothing of the magics or what is inert about this thing. As you notice that also on her back for the first time is this massive hammer, and it's black in color. It's black wrought iron, and she brings it off of her back, and she just slams it on the ground next to her on the right-hand side, and the echoes throughout this entire cantina. You notice that the heads of this hammer are intricately etched, and there's this strange glow of coldish blue and flaming red that almost circles around the handle as she smacks this thing into the ground. And it spoils down to the bottom, right down to the head of this thing. I can respect power and weapon. And if you feel there is something about this for you, I will not take this. Your kill, your claim. Just give me tusk.
You are very honorable, Mother Snow.
Mm.
I appreciate this about you. What is the bounty on this?
500
Iron
gold.
tusk.
500 gold. And she kind of like beckons to another member of her team. You know, walks over this this half orc. Younger in age, powerful in build though. Has a similar jawline structure to Pride Mother Snoo. Puts her hand out and he drops a coinage into her hand. This bag of just loose coins, and she plops onto the table. 500 gold coin. Pay you bounty. The Pride will claim the kill. Officially, the Pride killed Iron Tusk. But you, keep weapon. Take money. Fair deal?
As a point of clarification, I understand that I have a flyer that says how much Iron Tusk's bounty was. What was on that flyer?
500. She
How
is
much?
paying. She is paying the legit amount, the 500 gold bounty.
Okay. Yes, Mother Snow. We can make this deal.
Excellent. You slide her the tusk. She slides you the coin. I like you two. Obby, Smalls, you guys can divide it up evenly amongst yourselves, or one of you can take the full amount. You guys can divvy it up however you see fit later, or one of you can keep the entire amount. I have no say in it. But as she slides you the gold and she takes the tusk, I knew I liked the two of you. I'm glad I met you down there. Little one, little B, I will say this. It is not polite to lie to friends. Big man, you, I like. Our children would be kings, giants. We should get to know each other better, as you say. She snaps her fingers one more time. And, Gruel! Demir! Come! And she puts her hand out one more time, and this, a Thrycreen and another kobold, and a kobold come over, and they drop these two rings into the palm of her hand. Since we will all be friends moving forward, this is good. The Pride takes care of its friends. And she slides a ring to each of you. It's simple. It's a little brass ring. Each of you kind of pick it up and you admire it. There's nothing particularly special about it, but as you go to slide it over your fingers, it does enlarge or small or shorten just the perfect amount to slip onto your finger. You, little B, this will help you maybe hide yourself from prying eyes in the future, so that you no longer need to hide in garbage. And
I'm
you,
gonna
oh, good.
like I'm gonna let out a breath that I didn't realize that I was holding, just kind of like thank you.
And you, big man. This will help you for future hills to claim on your own. So all the glory belongs to the great Smalls, and not his clan.
Why, thank you. I'm going to take the ring and attempt to find a finger to slide it onto.
Bobby, you can go ahead and add Demir Signet Ring to your inventory. Just search Signet Ring. It should pop up. This will allow you to cast Disguise Self once per day.
Ooh, okay.
Smalls, you can add what's called a Gruul Guild Ring to your inventory. Just search Guild in the inventory and it should pop up. Gruul, Gruul. This will allow you to cast the spell Compel Duel once per day.
Searching. Hold on. You said search up what in inventory?
Just in inventory, if you type in the word Guild, Guild, it should pop up. It's called Gruul, Gruul Guild Ring. If you can't find it right now, we can help you find it later. But it will allow you each to cast that particular spell once per day.
Yeah, I'm going to look for it, but I might need help later. Sorry.
All good.
I've got stuff going on at home.
So, business concluded. Now we drink. And all of a sudden, the raucous of the bar erupts, and it goes back into that same chaos that it had as you were first entering. You know, more people are bringing you more food. It's a lot of like this it's very rice and beans, and there's a lot of meat involved, things like that. They're bringing you over more of these mugs of brown ale. So, big man, before you go, you want to get to know each other better. She kind of like beckons over her shoulder with a knowing thumb pointing to the back of the bar.
I am willing to speak.
Roll me an insight check real quick.
Insight, huh? This is going to be fun. I got a 4.
Even on a 4, you can tell that she's not inviting you to speak.
Ah, women.
Enjoy your time, Small.
Mother Snoop,
Mother.
I appreciate your invite. However, please be known, I am quite exhausted and battle worn from fighting off those guards.
Oh. Big man cannot wield hammer for longer than a few minutes. Understood. All good. Drink.
I'm gonna
Eat. And she invites you to stay and drink and eat, and you guys can join in the raucous, and you guys can spend the next hour or so just cavorting and enjoying the time here with your new friends among the Pride. This is what you would some of you what Smalls, what you would know off the top of your head and off what you would know of your local knowledge. This is a mercenary company, a large one, known as the Pride. They are specifically made up they are specifically out of the reservation to the south. These are all reservation tribal species, and the Pride is the only pseudo-military force that they are permitted to have on their lands. And it is a mercenary company that is permitted to operate in and outside of the reservation for the name of their tribes and the reservation itself.
Okay.
like the trip.
Cool. All right. And with that, after about an hour or so, you guys pick up, say your goodbyes and make your way, and you start heading over towards Danger's Allworks. And with that, we are going to shift over to Danger's Allworks. You guys have all been here with the team of Drew, Mornrow, Kyron, Drum, Maddie, Xena. You all have been here about an hour or so now after the fact of making your deliveries. You've all made gotten your payment. You've all been kind of taking time to browse this massive selection that Danger has on hand here. And some of you have gotten a little bit of a tour of the place. You notice that Danger's Allworks it is enhanced magically. As you notice, like it's almost like this British flat on the outside, very narrow, very small, and it seems like it might be 1 or 2 stories tall. But as you get inside, the room immediately opens up into this massive space, hundreds of feet across, just filled with anything and everything your heart's content could admire. And then there's also several levels to this place with means of manufacturing. There's a smithy down on the bottom level. There's weave working here, tools for jewelry crafting. Basically anything that you might be interested in or could possibly want. It could very well easily be found in this place. And if you cannot purchase it outright, Danger himself might be able to direct you to where it's from, if not fabricate it and create it for you. And after do that, we're going to go through each of all of you one by one, as we've all talked throughout the previous weeks about things you might be interested in. Drew, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Drew, you've been kind of carousing the place, and you've been drawn to a specific set of armor. You notice that it's this dark leather ensemble, but there are these horns and spikes protruding from it. There's these chitinous plates over the breasts and over to protecting the normal the sensitive areas where your vital organs might be. It's these chitinous plates over this darker leather ensemble. It's very heavy metal in the lack of a description, but you are certainly drawn to it. Danger comes over. Yes, this spiked armor. This was made for some merc, years back. He commissioned it. About your size, yeah, I'd say about your dimensions, and he just never came to pick it up. So I'm assuming he either died or lost interest. I'm not sure, but it's fully functional if you're interested in it.
Yeah, how long ago was it commissioned?
Oh goodness, I don't know, years and years ago. It's been sitting here. I kind of lost track. I tend to build a lot of this kind of stuff, and it's just been kind of sitting here collecting dust. There's very few people that come in here interested in something that's this. He puts his fingers up, hardcore, as he kind of does that whole quotations thing.
Can I try it on?
Absolutely. Here, and he got to go ahead and takes it off the display, and he waves his fingers around a little bit, and you kind of see this bit of a shimmer drop off of it. Yeah, here, help yourself. There's some changing rooms in the back over there if you're shy about this kind of thing.
Drew's not going to the changing room.
just
He's just
dropping
gonna
trowel.
put it on. Well, it's just the top part, right? Dropping trowel would be crazy.
That's entirely up to you.
Yeah, no, Drew's just gonna put it on.
Okay. This is a full-on, full upper body. It's a leather armor essentially. It's a full chest piece. It's got some leather pauldrons. It does drape down over your thighs a little bit. It doesn't come with boots or gloves or anything like that, but it does protect all of your vital bits.
Awesome.
As you slip it on, it is a perfect fit. It's like nothing's loose, nothing's too tight. No, this fits you perfectly.
Hey, Monroe, what do you think? I don't know if she's there.
Yeah.
Is he?
You just see Monroe still like. Your hair's been that long this whole time?
Yeah, the whole time. Listen, you can braid it later. What do you think of the armor? Does it suit me?
And now you're in a nosebleed.
Great, awesome. Drum, what do you think?
Well, it doesn't look like it'll have very many kinks in it.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
It's
Yeah,
all
whatever you
kinks,
say.
Drum.
Whatever
It's
you
all
say,
the kinks,
Drum.
Oh well, if it'll have all the kinks, I can kind of repair it for you. So it looks great to me.
Good, I'll take it.
Super. It'll be 75 gold pieces, and it just kind of takes you over, and you start cashing out. I believe the armor's already in your inventory, and you go and just subtract the money if you haven't already done so.
Perfect.
You do notice that after you're wearing it for a couple of minutes, it has an odor about it, but it's not foul. It's earthy, I guess you could say, almost like you were in a. I guess you could say it's almost like a wetland smell to it. You feel like there's a mushroomy kind of dark wet wood smell about it.
Okay.
But it's definitely something that's familiar to you, but you just can't quite place it.
Do you have a name for the guy who commissioned it?
Oh, I'd have to go back in my records, but that's kind of confidential. You're the owner now, so sorry, what was your name again?
Drew.
Oh yeah. Well, you're the owner now, Drew, so it doesn't really matter.
Sure. I guess it doesn't.
Super. I appreciate that. Thank you for your business. And as you kind of end that conversation, he shifts over to Drum. Drum, what are you looking at right now?
So I have moved on from the decanter of endless water because it is still calling me and I'm wondering about it. But I noticed this bauble, this very interesting, intricate thing in a jewelry case. And I'm Danger, if that's your real name, what is this?
Definitely my real name. Oh, you're interested in that. That is that's called a bauble of message.
Bauble of message.
Yeah.
What what does it do? It looks really
Oh.
familiar.
Some of the guards and some of the construction crews around here, they commission those every once in a while. It allows you to send communications via your mind to some of your compatriots. If you happen to have more than one connected on the same network, so to speak, you guys can just communicate non-verbally across quite a distance.
Okay. So they're kind of I feel like I had a pair of earrings before. This is just not I've never had just like I guess a
Oh.
stone?
Yeah, so well, here, let me take it out. And he actually opens up the display case and he takes it out. This is the amorphous abilities about this thing is he takes it and he actually puts it up to his nose and he kind of forms it and it kind of connects into a nose ring. And then he's like, "Here, you could do this," and then he takes it out, and then he puts it over his ear, and it becomes this like intricate looking like earpiece that kind of goes over the back end of his ear and his lobe and whatnot. You can do like this, or he takes it off and he kind of connects it to his ear and makes a standard earring, or he can do this and he takes it and he puts it up to his eyebrow. The trick is you just got to have it close to your face because that's where the receiving properties of the magic are. But you can kind of do whatever the hell you want with it.
Interesting. Could I also put it like on a piece of armor, or does it strictly have to be on the face?
It needs to be on your person because it connects to you, and it's the magic is connect. It's nobody's talking to your armor. They're talking to you.
I I I feel like I've encountered stranger. Uh and it speaks directly to their mind, correct?
Yes, nonverbal communication. It's a lot of construction crews use it when they're in very loud spaces and very raucous, and you can't really hear things too well. Allows for safe communications over large areas.
And they don't have to have one, just to make sure. You said that if they have one, it's a network, but if it's by itself, I can still communicate to who I want.
Yeah, they'll be able to send a quick message back to you, but there are limited uses to the item. But if you're all connected to with similar devices, and then you can basically have a secure network for all of you to communicate across. But there's no way to block out others who might have a similar item. Just keep that in mind.
Perfect. How much is this?
Well, I'll sell that to you for about 200 gold.
200 gold. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna rummage through my bag really quickly. Does it have to be 200?
Uh, it's kind of the price that I set. It's the price that I put for everybody.
Would the price be the same for Xena?
He kind of gives you this like sideways look and kind of raises an eyebrow. It's 200 gold pieces for you, buddy.
Well, it was worth a try.
Mm.
All right. I will pay the 200 gold pieces. And acquire this item.
Cool. You can also go ahead and add the rations and whatnot that you were looking for as well.
Perfect.
So the description of the bauble of message. This is a tiny, amorphic, colorless bauble that can be shaped and applied to the user however they wish. It's an earring, an eyebrow piercing, earpiece, etc. The bauble has 5 charges. While wearing it, you can use an action to expend 1 charge to cast the spell, to cast message spell. The bauble regains 1d4 plus 1 expended charges daily at dawn. A shared link can be used up to a 500-foot radius, targeting all creatures possessing another bauble. Okay. And it's around this time, Smalls, Abby, you have managed to catch up to the group. You immediately find Danger's All Works. It's not a problem. You do notice the sign above. You do happen to notice that the sign that says danger is written over another word. If you would like to investigate it or cast a perception, you can. Or if not, you can just go ahead and walk into the place.
I do want to roll an investigation.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to take a look as well. You
Go
said
for it.
persuasion or investigation?
Perception or investigation.
Perception, sorry.
You're good.
Perception is a +4. Investigation. Yeah, we're doing that one. 17.
17. All right, Bobby, what'd you get? How much?
19.
19 or 17. You do notice that on those rolls that the word danger is written over something, and the word beneath it almost looks like brothers. This place used to be called Brothers All Works.
Okay.
And as you all make your way up to the steps and in the door, you hear a little chime above the door, and all of a sudden everybody, your entire group, turns and sees Obby and Smalls walking into this establishment. Obby, Smalls, you see the space immediately opens up as I described. It's much larger than what you expected. Hundreds of feet across, hundreds upon thousands of these random items and display cases, armor pieces, weapons. Everything is just displayed in this place. It's loud, it's garish. There's this strange like artwork adorning the walls and stuff that it's like this velveteen paintings of like half naked warrior women riding tigers and shit with like flaming backgrounds. It's very loud, very garish. There's something that somebody with a not exactly a keen appreciation for artwork would find this like super cool. That kind of stuff. As you all walk in, floor is yours.
As we walk in, I am gonna say to Smalls, I'm gonna be like, this reminds me of the cart that the brothers carry. Angus in particular had a very large cart, but it looks small on the outside.
Yes. It does.
Hi there, welcome to Danger's All Works. I'm Danger. As you guys walk in, you see this like rather portly, heavy-set dwarf. His shirt is poorly buttoned. It's missing a couple buttons and everything like that. It's been poorly aligned. He's got this like weird little patchy 5 o'clock shadow thing going on, but not a normal full-on beard like you would normally see with a dwarf. He's got this long, greasy hair that goes past his shoulders. Like I said, somebody that thinks long hair is sexy but has no idea how to take care of it. His skin's a little blotchy. He's wearing this peculiar set of black gloves. He's got like this blue, kind of a blue overcoat thing going on. But just this is Danger.
I'm gonna hold out Lucky and go, I need a leash for him.
Oh, you got a puppy. That's adorable. A leash? Like just a leash?
Or a collar. Or harness. Something so that he can walk and I do not have to carry him all over the city.
Oh, well, I could tell you some rope.
No.
Oh.
He deserves more than rope.
Oh, well, I don't really cater to pets and stuff around here. You might have to find like somebody who actually handles animals and things like that. I do have something here, and he kind of like goes in the back and he starts tumbling through this like rummage bin in the back. It's this. I was building something. I was working on something here. If you're interested, he kind of holds up this like it's a collar. It's this large metal cuff. There's a simple bracket up at the top that connects it together, and it's on a small hinge. And together with it is another one that is smaller, almost like a bracelet, like a humanoid-sized bracelet that would fit around your wrist. I could possibly sell you this, but he would probably outgrow it eventually. It's not exactly designed for wolves.
Yes, I understand. He will be quite big, but how much would that be?
Well, this is a particularly special item. It basically you can take a pet of yours and you would connect this collar to him, put this collar on him, and you're allowed to treat them as a familiar, like what those wizard and magical folks do. You know how they summon their little critters out of nowhere. This was commissioned by some wizard folk a little while ago. He never came to pick it up, but it would allow you to do that, and it would put it. It basically takes your pet and suspends it in a small magical space that they neither eat and eat. They don't need to eat. They don't need to drink. They're just suspended there and protected. But you could bring them out and call them forth whenever you want, utilizing this equipment. And if they were ever quote unquote killed, they would basically just disapparate back into this protected space, and you would be able to bring them back the next day.
That is a very good item. And you're sure that it works?
Yeah, I stand by all of my work. I made it myself. All of a sudden, you kind of hear this snort out of Ingus over in the far corner, who's still sitting back there, packing his pipe.
Smalls is going to look at Danger and say, "And you guarantee this work?"
Oh dear God, you're big. I stand by all my work. I promise you, whatever I sell you here will work. There's a certain degree of randomness to a few things that I sell, but I will be straight up and up front whenever I do sell you something like that, and this particular item will work exactly as told.
And for how long shall this item work, or is this a one-time use item?
Oh, it's forever. As long as the magic holds, it'll continue to work.
If we are
How
to buy
much?
this, would you be able to make another one for him when he gets bigger, so that he will always be safe?
I could make one for him later. Yeah, it'd have to be a lot bigger because this is like basically when you guys are looking at this thing is designed like it looks like it's made for a smaller creature, like a cat. It'll fit a puppy just fine right now. But as Lucky gets bigger, and as you just discovered, he's going to get a lot bigger potentially. He will outgrow this thing. So, yeah, once you take it off of him, you can apply it to something else. It'll work just the same way. But if you were looking to make something, something else to work the exact same way for him that'll fit him as he grows, I could definitely build something like that. It will take some time and take a little bit of considerable investment on your part, but I could definitely do that.
That seems reasonable.
May we test this item and know it's capable of doing what you say?
I would prefer if you're going to kill a dog to go ahead and do it out in the street, but yeah, you could test it out.
I mean nothing of killing the dog.
Oh, well.
But if killing things is what it takes, then I suppose we can figure something out.
You can see him just kind of like shaking ever so slightly.
How much are you going to sell it to our friend Smalls here for?
500 gold.
500 gold, you say?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that price? Because you do not sound sure about that price.
It's the standard. It's a standard price that I would charge anybody.
Standard price. Yet you say that this is an item that was already commissioned and was a one-of-a-kind item. How is it a standard price if it's a one-of-a-kind item? And considering the person who commissioned it from you never showed for it, this is just taking up your time and work and sitting on your shelves.
Go ahead and roll me an intimidation check.
As I see it, this is just a burden on you.
Show him your hands.
17.
17 on the intimidate. Okay.
Nice.
Well, You're right. It's just been kind of taking up space. I'll tell you what. I'll let it go for 350. 350 gold. Come on. I'm barely breaking even after the materials that I put into it after that.
I'm gonna look at Smalls and be like, I can give 200 if you would like.
I suppose, considering the circumstances, we should confer with the group. There is some information that they are unaware of. We'll confer with them. I'll hold you to that 350 price.
Yeah,
And likely we'll come back for it. But considering this is our group's animal, it is unwise of us to make decisions without discussing.
That's perfectly fine. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna go over here and help another customer now. Bye. And he just kind of like quickly scampers away from you. He kind of like just immediately like bumps up to Mornrow. And so yeah, you're looking at this, and he's like a quick kind of like quickly like moving you away from like whatever you were looking at. So you were looking at this over here, like so. How can I help you? Please talk to me.
Smalls is going to look at Bobby and say, "Hey, keep in mind that we received 500 from this tusk. As I see it, that should be split evenly amongst the group. Should the group all decide that we want this item, the funds could come out of that."
What 500 are you talking about? Or you're not talking to us? You're talking to Abby.
I'm talking specifically to Abby right now.
Gotcha,
I mean, you guys might hear me in the background, but I'm directly speaking to Abby.
I feel as though it is best to begin speaking to Drew and Drum, as they are the ones who first found the animal, and then Xena, because Xena is very attached to Lucky as well.
So perhaps they chip in a little more than the others, considering this is more their animal than ours.
Yes. Also, I need to teach you how to pet dogs, because from what I saw earlier, you do not know how to pet a dog. That is
I
just
don't
a side.
pet much.
Also, I have not had the opportunity to thank you for helping me. There are things that you and I need to discuss later.
There is no need for thanks. You did something I would view as ill-advised, which is walking off on your own. But you are a team member, and I will not leave you to yourself. I will always watch for all of us.
That is noble, but like I said, you and I have something that we need to talk about later. Whether that changes me or not, I do not know.
Let us find the group and discuss our reward money and this Lucky.
Yes. I'm gonna look around, and when I see Drew, I'm gonna head over there first.
Okay. While you guys start gathering up the group, we're going to shift back over as continue with the shopping. So, Mornrow, you're talking with Danger, and he kind of quickly shuffles you over. As he's kind of moving you away, trying to get away from Smalls, like doing anything that he possibly can to not continue that conversation, you pass by a particular suit of scale armor. It's blue-green in color. It almost has this like aquatic fish-like scale to it, but it's like this bioluminescence. The shine to it calls to you. It's a chess piece protecting all of your vital organs for the most part, and a set of gauntlets of the same bluish green shine scale to it. It quickly catches your eye.
Right. This is some pretty scaly little armor here.
Oh yeah. This is a piece that usually gets commissioned by the Mermaiders. It's a mercenary company based out of Aquarius up north. They're very peculiar about their armor. This didn't have some specific abilities and specific things about it that they weren't too keen on, so they just kind of never paid for it. But it's been sitting here. It's a real lovely piece. People take a look at it all the time, but nobody's ever really interested in buying it. It catches your eye.
Oh, I think this will be a real pretty thing. I want to see if certain people will probably get a notice to me eventually.
It's just certainly flashy. Yeah, here, by all means, try it on. And he waves his hands, and that same kind of weird shimmer disapparates off of the armor, and it just kind of hands it to you, takes it off the piece, and yeah, go ahead, try it on. There's changing rooms in the back if you're interested.
As I try and replace things, I think the shimmer of the necklace is like, oh, this bloody thing. Whenever I try and move it around, it never wants to leave.
The necklace or the scar on your chest?
The necklace.
You mean the ring that you picked up?
Yes.
Okay.
Whichever jewelry it was, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It was a ring. It was a ring that you picked up. You have it around.
Ring? Oh, I thought it was a necklace. Okay.
No, it was a ring. You had it around. I will say you had it around a chain on your neck. Oh, well, that's well, actually, and he kind of like takes a second look and he puts his hands up to it. Did you want to figure? Did you want to take a deeper look at this?
Yes, because ever since I got it, people think that I have this weird accent.
Yeah, well,
But
you
I
are.
don't have an accent. Do you hear an accent?
Yeah, you do talk kind of funny.
Oh, everyone keeps telling me I talk funny.
Well, here, I'll come on over here. I'll take a look at it. And he takes the, you take the ring off, to take the chain off your neck, and you kind of hand him the ring, and he goes over behind the counter, drops that apparatus, that viewing apparatus that he has on his head, starts moving around various goggles and various lenses, and goes to work on the ring. So, were you interested in buying that armor?
Oh yes, I very much like that.
Well, it'll take me a minute to kind of figure out what I'm doing here with this. Was there anything else you were looking to pick up today?
Actually, I really do need to be better with my grip, and I was hoping to have a better grip with my hands, if you know what I mean. I would honestly like to get me a hand crossbow.
Oh. I'll surely help you with that. I kind of just like immediately reaches out underneath this cabinet. Kind of looks, it looks like he's reaching in considerably deeper into this cabinet that he's standing behind than he really is. But he kind of like shuffles a few things around. You hear this like weird clanging of metal and this something collapsing. It almost sounds like something's falling down a flight of stairs. But he just kind of like, there it is, and he kind of puts this small standard hand crossbow on the counter. Yeah, I'll happily sell you one of those. For the armor and for the crossbow all together, that'll be 175 gold pieces.
That's a really swell deal. I'll take it. I'll take the lot.
If you're not looking to carry around that bow that you got there strung across your back, you can trade that in to me, and I'll knock 15 gold pieces off of it. So you can just give me 160 gold pieces, and we'll call it even.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
That'll really be a swanky beast for certain people.
I appreciate that. Raw materials are always appreciated. And as he goes to finish that sentence, immediately the ring that he is, taking a look at, it begins to glow with this strange, like ethereal white and purple, and all of a sudden begins to cackle a little bit. And you hear this. In your mind, you can hear a bit of a laughter, just like, and then it bursts in his fingertips, and Draendir goes flying back about 10 feet directly into the wall behind him as the ring just kind of collapses onto the counter in front of you. And just clank, 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 clank.
Side note, do I still have my accent?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Roy! You okay?
Ooh, yeah. He kind of gets up and dusts himself off. That wasn't cool. Tell you what, I'm not going to charge you for that. Here, just go ahead and take it and get it away from me. Whatever. Yep. I don't want to look at that again. We're cool. Thank you.
Well, wait. What happened?
Nah. Well, nothing. I'm going to tell you this. Wherever you got that, you should either put it back or just find a place to get rid of it. That's all I'm going to say. Thanks. Okay. You over there. Yeah, we haven't had a chance to talk. What can I do to help you out? And he immediately goes over to Maddie.
But I said, and then you walk away from me.
Danger, how you doing, man?
I'm okay. Fuck, that hurt. And he's like touching his fingertips, like kind of flicking his hands out.
Oh man, you okay there? Man, you were just going through the ringer, it seems, and you're such a nice guy.
I'm fine. Just, it's cool, all right? It's fine. How can I help you today?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking to spend some money, so I want to see if maybe you have some. I don't know if you have any magical tattoos here or anything like that.
Ooh, yeah, I'm not exactly permitted to sell those kinds of. What kind of tattoos are you looking for exactly? I mean, magical tattoos?
Yeah, I'm on the magical side.
Oh, well, normally that's kind of a regulated thing. Like, there, well, I can't sell them to you. Mostly, I'll tell you this much: tattoos, your standard tattoo. You want to go down and get ink? There's 1,000 places in Opus Day that'll hook you up. You'll probably get, fucking Hep C or something from it. But if you're looking for legit magical enhancement tattoos, there's a particular place that could probably help you out with that. Given your inclination, from what I can tell just by looking at you, you're going to want to go down to Triniborg, back to the capital. There's a person you'll want to seek out down there. His name is Sensei Farley.
Sensei Farley.
Yeah,
wow, I knew you were the guy to talk to.
Yeah, I've never actually met him before, but people have come in and asked me that question before, so I took it upon myself to figure out where I could direct them to. Go, good business. There's a place called the Mojo Dojo down there.
Mojo Dojo. Danger, yes. You are the man.
It's in the Silverton district. So yeah, but I'll let you know that they are kind of they're big fans of drinking there, and they're big fans of punching each other there. So just be careful.
Just take a glance over at Smalls. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. Anyways, and he immediately turns his gaze away from Smalls again.
Danger, I wanted to spend some money though, and I appreciate the information. Maybe you can identify one more thing for me?
Yeah, sure. What you looking for? How can I help you?
All right, I tossed the ears that I cut off onto the table that have the brass earrings in them. I wanted to see if there's anything going on with these.
Oh, kind of drops one lens down in his apparatus and like, yeah. Are they still connected to the ears, by the way?
They are.
He's kind of holding it up by the tips of his fingers. He's holding it up by the earring. And that's pretty fucking disturbing. Drops a couple apparatuses more on his lenses there. They're just earrings, buddy. As you can tell, they're connected to fucking ears, and I don't know why they're still connected to fucking ears. Here, you just take this back, please.
I grab it and take them off. I'm like, why do you care so much if they're connected to ears, huh?
That's just gross, dude. I run a clean establishment, and he immediately starts moving his hands about. It seems like he's kind of moving some magic between his fingers, and he immediately cleaning up his hands after touching that. It's like, you just make sure that there's no whatever you took this from, whoever you took this from, just make sure that they are completely removed, from the item before you try to sell it in the future. Somebody may not be quite as understanding as me, I'm just saying.
Hey, I appreciate that, Danger. I thought you were on the dangerous side, I get when I drink, I get crazy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I take the earrings. I take the earrings off of it and see. Hey, is that better? Was this how I should be doing it?
Yeah. And he kind of starts using prestidigitation, cleaning them up a little bit. They're just earrings, okay? They're brass earrings. There's nothing really particular about them. They're a pretty good size. I can use them for raw materials. I'll sell them to you I'll buy them off you for about 10 gold a piece.
10 gold a piece, and how I'll hold on to them when I go turn these ears into the bounty that they came off of. Thanks, Danger. I'll here's the payment.
Super. I appreciate it. Wait, where did you get that? He's looking on your back. You can't quite tell, but he might be pointing to your staff.
Oh yeah, this thing. I hand it over to him.
No, not that piece of shit. That.
my father gave that to me. What I get closer to him to see what he's pointing at.
He's pointing to your fishing pole.
Oh yeah, this bad boy. I pull it out to hand it to him. And yeah, I won this in a fishing contest a couple days ago. It's awesome, right?
It kind of is, and he kind of like picks up another apparatus or drops a few more lenses onto his apparatus that he's looking at. Tell you what, I'll take those earrings off you, and I'll tell you what this is to the best of my ability.
See, I get the feeling that you're excited about it, so that makes me excited. Danger, you got yourself a deal. I slam the ears with the earrings on the table for him.
Okay, God, that's disgusting. Okay, here, tell you what, you take the ears off, clean those up. I'll get to work on this. He takes a couple of minutes and he starts going through it. I don't know exactly what this is, but you do notice with your passive perception, he keeps looking over at Ingus. You see this mark here. This is, it's made to look like a simple pole of angling. It's a staff that kind of turns into a fishing rod. Well, yeah, pretty simple stuff. But there's something more to this, and I can't tell you exactly what because, well, I don't know. It seems like this is capable of a lot more, and you could do a lot more with this, but you're going to have to just figure it out.
I slowly go off, grab the pole of angling, and I was like, "Wow, thank you so much, Danger. That is oh, why do you keep looking at Angus over there?"
I'm not. Anyways, no, just like you're gonna have to. Yeah, I don't exactly know how to tell you to figure these things out, but these particular items, I've seen this mark before. It's not a joke. It's not a gag. It's just this particular maker had a thing for hiding complex items in the simplest of things. And so basically what this thing can do, it could either act as a staff or it could act as a fishing rod, but I don't know how many other things it could possibly do. So you're just going to have to kind of, experiment. You seem like the kind of guy that likes to experiment. I imagine you'll have no problem there.
Oh, Danger, you get me. I thank him again as I take back my nice pole.
Okay. You just right now you just have a standard pole of angling in your equipment, but do know this, that you have figured out that the pole of angling can act as a quarterstaff. It can be a weapon, and it can also be your fishing rod, depending on how you operate the mechanisms within it. So you will have this particular item is capable of doing other things in the future. That doesn't say like what exactly that means, but you are inclined to believe that it's basically staff or rod or some kind of pole related things.
Fantastic. Time to experiment.
It's like it's not going to magically turn into a dagger or magically turn into a sword. It's things that this is capable of doing.
All right, fantastic.
Cool. All right. With that, he doesn't charge you. He just gives you. You guys make the difference. He takes the brass earrings off of you, so you don't make any profit off of that. But he does basically give you the identification of that item for those costs. All right. I haven't talked to you yet. And he kind of slides over to Kyron. What's going on, Horseman? How you doing?
Not much. This I've been looking for. I guess. Could we just call it more so of a blanket than a cloak? I just realized that how the fuck does a centaur wear a cloak?
Well, this is actually a poncho. As you're rummaging through on the side of it, you literally see a sign that says "discount bin." That's a poncho that we made years and years ago. It's just been kind of sitting here. If you're interested, looking for something to kind of keep you warm on that cold winter night, this will do that. It'll also do a great many other things, but are you interested?
What do you mean by other things?
Well, you see these patches here, and he goes into starts explaining. This is what is called a poncho of useful items. There are several patches that have decorations on it. There's like a mirror, there's a length of rope. Basically, you pull these patches off, and it'll turn into whatever item is on the patch.
Very useful.
Is useful. There's also there as you kind of notice and you look around it. There's also dozens of these little obscure patches that are also etched into it that have had like the marks rubbed off or were never etched on in the first place. So when we made this, the crafter got a little bit inebriated and forgot to add the fucking etchings to the patches, so we don't exactly know what they do. So the ones that have the etchings, you can basically self-explanatory. You know exactly what they do. The rest of them, who knows? So that's why it's here in the discount bin, because who knows?
That seems.
I'll tell you this much though: it is universal. So if you ever come across patches out in the world that that somebody else has crafted and it has the same magical properties, you could absolutely apply it to this poncho, no problem, and they would work the exact same way.
So it's like a canvas for patches of
Yeah,
the
we'll go with
same
that.
type.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
How much you want for this intriguing poncho?
Well,
Please
it's been in the
call us.
discount bin for a while. I'll let it go to you for 250 gold.
Sold.
You know what? I knew you were a good businessman, Horseman. Sorry, what was your name?
Chiron.
Chiron.
Pleasure
Okay,
doing
I'll remember.
business, Danger.
Super. He takes your money and he hands you the poncho. You can add. It's a robe of useful items, but you can relabel it to poncho if you want.
Noted.
All right. Slides over one more time, and he does this kind of like weird like slide up routine where he tries to like scoot across the floor and put his elbow up on something to prop himself up, and he slides up to Xena and it's like, hi.
Danger, where have you been?
A businessman never rests. I got business to take care of.
No. Well, I saw you fall against the wall. Are you okay?
Yeah, that's fine. But no, didn't even hurt. It's cool.
Can I see your fingers? I saw you rubbing them.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
So I grab his fingers and I bring them up to my cheek
Oh,
and say, I am so sorry you were hurt. I hope you're doing better.
I'm super. I'm great. Thank you.
Okay, well,
How
I
can I help you
haven't
today?
been I have been thinking. Okay, I asked you about those other items and they're just too much. I just don't have enough to buy
Okay.
those. But you know what would really be exciting for me is if you had something that would help me bring down giants.
The Giants. And he's
Giants.
he's kind of giving us like sideways look to Smalls. You want to take down giants?
I would love to take down giants
Do
because
you, do you have like a
you
thing
see,
for giants?
I don't have a thing for giants. You see, I'm kind of small.
Oh, thank God.
But to protect myself from something so big, it would
Oh, he's kind of like, and all of a sudden he's like sneering over at Smalls. You want to protect yourself from giants.
protect myself. Yeah, if a giant comes upon me, what am I supposed to do?
I could totally help you with that. Come here, come.
Oh,
And he's still kind of like looking at Smalls, like just like yeah. He takes you
what do
back
you
over to the
got?
takes you back over to the counter, and he pulls one out. It's this. He pulls out this sling, and it's this. It's a brown dark leather, but it almost has this like a bluish hue to the nest where you would like put a bullet or put a rock into. It has this like strange bluing to the leather, and it has these runic emblems etched into it. This right here.
Uh-huh.
This will help you out. Um, Basically, if you hit anything that's of giant variety, and since you're so small, that could be a great many things. You're very sorry, you're not small. You're very petite. Yeah,
Okay.
this will definitely help you out.
So, um, that blue. Oh, that's just, it's so exciting. What do these runic symbols mean? Can you tell me?
Well, it's magic that's etched into leather here, and basically anything that you load up into this becomes magically enhanced, so to speak. So that if you hit something, he goes on to explain this. What you're looking at is something called a sling of giant felling. So anytime you hit a creature of a giant variety, and given that you are of small stature, it is anything that is above normal size. So a regular humanoid, this is not going to bring them down. But anything that is of a large or gargantuan size, anything that is of a bigger than a normal human, if you hit them with this, they have to make a DC Constitution saving throw or be knocked prone.
Nice. Wow, I am magically enhanced by this. I would love to purchase it if I can afford it, Danger. I don't know. You've shown me so many things, but I have little in my pocket.
Well, I'll sell this to you for, I'll tell you what, I'll let it go for 200 gold.
But I don't have 200 gold.
Oh. Well,
what can I do? Can I buy it for 150 gold and give you a kiss on the cheek?
Go ahead and make a persuasion.
Okay, hold on. Let me get over there. Sorry, I gotta. I'm trying to get over there. Why won't my thing go there? Persuasion. Okay, it's a +3. Here we go. 13. Is that persuasive?
13. The DC that you needed to beat is 10 because of your previous conversations and everything you had at him. Yes. So, all right, fine. I'll sell it to you. I'll sell it to you for 150, and for a smooch.
I would love to have this. You don't know how excited I am. So I will give you that smooch, and we will be even.
All right. As you lay that peck on his cheek, and you go in, and he just kind of like, kind of slide. He slides you the sling. You can go ahead. I can add that to your inventory, or one of us can too later, and need to retract 150 gold from your inventory.
All right, and I take his hand and I just squeeze it and say, "I hope we meet again, Danger. You are just the best, and I hope you feel okay. Get well, all right?"
I'm good. He actually like wait. Before you go, here, and he slides you a small stone. This is as you look at it, it's reminiscent of the same kind of stone that Angus handed to you earlier, or handed to your group earlier.
Mm-hmm.
This is you could use this, call me if you want.
I can call you with it?
Yeah. If you want to, it's cool.
So do I just put my lips together and whistle?
Yeah, that's fine. Just call me. It's cool.
Call you. I will call you. In my mind or in my heart?
He's becoming more and more increasingly uncomfortable, and he just kind of like starts stuttering, like, yeah.
And I curtsy and I say, "Thank you so much, Danger. You have been a blessing to me today."
And just like he's like kind of like shaking in his skin a little bit, like, oh god. He's like immediately like blushing like as much as a dwarf possibly can. He's got this strange like pinkish hue about him right now.
So I walk away and join the group.
Yep. All right. That kind of finishes up what we wanted to do in terms of shopping. I'm going to turn it back over to Smalls and Obby if you guys wanted to gather up and figure out. Oh, well, Morp, I think you had already purchased everything you wanted to in the previous lesson or in the previous session, right?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so you're good.
Also, kind of
Sorry, I
is sleepy.
circled that in my notes.
We're good. Kind of started with Morb in the last one before we ended everything. But yeah, I'm going to turn it back over to Xena and Smalls. If you guys wanted to kind of gather up and figure out how you wanted to divvy up the coin, and if you wanted to purchase the collar, you absolutely, we can have that conversation.
Once we get everybody together, I'm gonna be like, we need to talk for a bit about Lucky.
Did he die?
He
Is
is.
he
Is he
okay?
okay?
What do you mean talk
I'm
about
gonna hold
Lucky?
him out. I'm gonna hold him out and be like, he is fine.
Okay. It's like,
Okay, we're
where's
good.
Lucky?
Oh,
He is.
Perfect.
We're fine.
Okay. Lucky, I've missed you.
He's a dire.
What? He's beautiful.
Wow.
He's a dire. This wolf pup will grow to be extremely large.
He is extremely lucky.
he'll be perfectly average for his size.
No. What do other
For his
dire
size,
wolves
but
have
the
that
average.
Lucky doesn't?
No, listen.
Okay.
He
I think the question is, what does Lucky have that other direwolves don't?
That's
Clearly, he's
exactly
lucky.
what I meant. I mixed my words. Thank you.
Clearly lucky. That's Drew.
Okay.
Listen, all.
I do not think you guys understand what okay currently. We need to do something so that he can walk around without us carrying him because he will not be this size forever.
Oh, definitely. I get your point.
So we
So-
must ask
As it
ourselves,
was
is
when
it
carrying
best to let him go,
him.
or would he be a great addition to a fledgling team as we have growing?
Oh, he's a great addition, and he will grow to be greater. If he's a dire
People.
wolf, hmm?
I'm sure that training he will be able to help us also in combat. However, we need some sort of leash or collar or something so that he can stay by our side.
So what do you have in mind?
I feel like this was Drew's idea to bring him along, so maybe Drew should have some input in this.
I
Won't
was going to
won't
say
rope do? He'll just get
we-
bigger. He'll grow out of anything we get him.
Yes, true.
I
But
feel that
the
be a
the little man over here who
with what he's
stutters
already
constantly and seems very oddly terrified of everything.
I think he's terrified of you, buddy.
Eh, I know of no such things.
I don't know
But
why.
he offers some form of collar and leash that is intriguing. Abby, would you care to speak more of this?
Right. He offered us a collar that allows the wearer to essentially be a familiar. It puts them in a pocket dimension that keeps them safe, and they do not need to eat or breathe or sleep in there. And we can call him out when needed.
That that oh that that bothers me just in the fact that he'd be alone in a space until we call him. I mean,
But he'd be safe, wouldn't he?
he would be safe, but
He does not
would
have to be in
would
the
he
hall.
forget us? And he would
No.
come
I
out.
don't think so.
It's like he's sleeping.
He
Yeah.
does not have to be out all the time either. I am just simply saying for now, because he is so small and needs to be protected,
Yes.
that we keep him safe in a pocket dimension. And he said that we could also commission him to make another one for him when he is bigger, because he will outgrow this one.
So he would be our pocket wolf.
Yes, I think it is a good idea because then we do not have to worry so much about where he is and if he is okay and if he is safe while we are fighting.
Yeah, or if we drop him, or if we, yeah, I agree. I agree completely.
As it
Abby, I
was
believe
when
Xena has a good thought process. However, for if this for if Lucky is constantly in this suspension, he's not going to grow to know the team, should we remain a team, as friendly.
I do not plan on keeping him in there all of the time, only when we are fighting.
But we have no clarification if we make that decision. The portly little man, I forget his name. He
Danger.
did not state whether or not we have this decision, just simply that it would put him in this pocket dimension.
Essentially, from what I understand of it, it's because as a familiar, the way that the familiar works is you summon them. And when they are summoned, they come out and they stay out until either they are killed and then put back into the pocket dimension or until you release them. So he will stay out until we tell him to go in, and he will come out when we tell him to come out. And then that way, too, if he is fighting with us and he gets gravely injured, he will still be alive.
If that is the case, then I am bored. I'm merely pondering whether we inquire more about this device that Danger, as you call him,
Yeah.
Danger suggests.
Is there any way that I can talk to Lucky about, can I talk to him about this decision we're trying to make?
If you have the spell Speak with Animals and you have any spell cast for the rest of the day, yeah, you can use it once.
Because I do have where'd it go? Speak with Animals.
I don't know if you have any spells left or not, though.
Did I cast any?
Mm-hmm. You guys haven't slept since the last fight.
Oh shoot!
You have used all your spells for today, so you do not have. Nope, you cannot cast Speak with Animals.
That's
Not
right.
yet.
I've been on a long journey.
You'll be able to speak with him after a long rest. You'll be able to talk to him in the morning.
But okay, here's another thought. I mean, he's a puppy. We need him as part of the team, and if there's any way that we can train him and work with him, and I'm just trying to think, because I don't want him to be restrained. I'm sorry. I'm just telling you from my heart that
Xena, I completely understand what you're saying. That's extremely rough when you think about it that way. But on the other side of it, we need to think that when this collar is on Lucky, if Lucky dies, Lucky will go back into that space and be reborn. We can take this collar off whenever we want to. It's something that he's going to grow out of.
okay.
So if he doesn't like it, we can stop. We can take it off of him.
Okay, walk me back. He will be restored.
Yeah, he becomes a familiar, which means that he can fight with us in battle or just hang out and go to sleep in a corner, whatever. And if he dies, the familiars will actually be reborn the next day. So I am strongly with this, and if you guys don't want to buy the collar, I am going to buy the collar by myself.
I have 30 gold. I will pitch in the last I have because I am convinced now that this would be the best thing for Lucky.
Xena, you think you have 30 gold. See, you have not let us finish this conversation.
Oh, sorry.
No, you are
This
fine.
collar costs 3. I have spoken to this Danger, and he is willing to sell for 350. We currently, after having sold the tusk of Iron Tusk after we defeated him, myself and Avi have raised the group 500 coin.
Hey, I like that.
That's excellent. Thank you. That's wow, how joyous.
Is that 500 for each of us?
No, this is 500 in total.
But 350 for Lucky. Is that what you're saying? 350 for Lucky and then the rest?
I am saying that amongst the crew, we will split the 500 evenly.
But could we
put the 500 towards the 350 and then split the 150?
This is a decision to be made. Whether all want to do this for Lucky, or whether specifics want to do this for Lucky.
Xena says yes. I say yes. Sorry.
Smalls, Smalls, I really appreciate it. Abby, you guys did an amazing job. This money's going to go a long way. I would still rather pay for most of the collar because when he grows out of it, I want to keep the collar myself, and we can't split that 9 ways.
Oh, so you have a plan.
Exactly what I just said. I want to keep the collar afterwards. It is a great piece of. I'm not trying to hide anything.
Nope.
That is a great piece of equipment that you somehow got for 350 Smalls. Stop staring at me intimidatingly. That you look great. I would gladly pay for most of it, and then anyone can use it with Lucky. I'd like to keep it after he grows out of it, though.
And then we can all pitch in to buy him another one. That's what we're saying, right?
Yes.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
so chosen.
Yes.
I
And
agree.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Maddie.
How much?
Maddie,
How much is fair for everyone for me to pay for? 200, 250 of it or something? Is that fair for me to keep after he grows out of it?
Oh, Maddie, hold temporarily while I figure this out.
he does some math. That math.
I apologize.
some
Remind me,
math.
how many people are in the damn group?
I think there's
How
9
many
of
of
us.
us? 9 of us in total.
8 of you. Well, yes, I got 9. Yes, sorry, 9.
Marshall, I make sparks come out of Mark's ears with my magic while he's doing that.
While he's grinding away, yeah, no problem.
While he's grinding away.
So $55. $55. 55 gold apiece.
How in the world did you guys even get that sort of money in the first place? Where'd you all go off to?
We'll have
That's
to
a
share that.
story for another time.
Yes,
Isn't it,
we
Toby?
want to hear it. It will be a campsite story.
This is a story for another time, isn't it, Toby?
Are they able to
So-
simply recap it here?
If there's 9 of us, 350, 150 over 8.
Go Smalls. You're
If
awesome.
we each put in 20 gold, 30 gold. Maddie, would you put 110? And then you keep. You are approximately 4 times what each of us would put in, but you get to keep the leash.
I want to keep it as a good relationship for the team, so I'll pay 200 gold, and anyone that wants to contribute to keep Lucky here can do it.
I contribute.
I feel like
I'll
you're
put
messing
in
with
I
our math.
volunteer to be tribute. No.
I feel like you're messing with our math.
Maddie, that math does not work very well. Can we make this
I'll
work
pay-
easier?
I'll pay 110 then. That's fine. That's okay.
Stop
If you-
with this head.
If you guys want to work
you
out the
wanna pay-
semantics of
if
the
you wanna
math
pay
afterwards,
more-
you're more than welcome to.
Okay.
If you want to pay more, that's fine.
It's not. It messes with the
190.
math.
If Maddie, if you pay 190, the rest of us each pay 30, and we
All
call it or 20. We each call it even.
If everyone's okay, I am in for that.
Yes.
Sounds good. Ed, you got to keep the collar afterwards.
Correct.
Cheers.
There you go.
Cheers.
All right.
Yes.
While this is going on, Drum is going to casually be looking at people and agreeing and nodding. But I am going to use a charge of message. While not looking directly at Abby, the message is going to go to Abby. Keep calm. You look like hell, so I don't know what you've been through. But for now, keep up the act. As far as everyone knows, you still can't read my thoughts. However, I'm willing to help you. You clearly have something you're aiming for, and for now, I will be your ally. As long as no one finds out about this little secret between us.
No one's listening. Just kidding.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna do one of those like the slow turns and just look at him.
I am going to avoid eye contact at all costs.
Just
Roll
wink.
me a dexterity check.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna stare at him. I'm just gonna stare, not
I'm
say
not
anything.
going to even
And then
look in her direction.
I'm just gonna go, what the fuck?
Are you mouthing that so we can all see? It's like, what happened? Just kidding.
Um,
All
okay.
telepathic.
Oh, I'll
Since
tell the fact.
we've made our decision, I think it is time that we go and purchase the item. And I'm just gonna be like weirdly looking over at Drum the whole time, like glancing at him every few moments.
All right.
Okay.
As you guys
So
go to purchase the who's actually going to be taking care of Lucky, and who's going to have the band for now, because it is an attunement item, so whoever has it will need to attune to it in order to have Lucky at their beck and call.
I
Can I?
believe I should have.
Marshall, before we
Ah,
get that far, I
ah,
need everybody. Sorry,
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Mark.
I'm running the math. Everybody needs to add 55 gold to their purse.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at everybody and say there is 5 gold left over. Having been the one to kill, may
It
I
should
keep?
You may.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
You
Okay.
turned in the bounty. Consider it the footwork additionally.
I'm gonna hand him Drum and be like, "We will discuss what just happened later."
I think
There-
us buying a collar for Lucky is perfectly fine.
Can I please keep Lucky just for a short time? Me first.
I don't know if that's how attunement works. I believe they're
Mm-mm.
going to be stuck with you.
Attunement takes an hour, so if she takes an hour, she can attune to the item, and Lucky will stay with her as her familiar. If she ever needs to give Lucky off, she can take the attunement off of her, give it to somebody else, but they will have to spend an hour attuning to the item in order for it to work. So it's fine. You can
Okay.
pass it amongst yourselves. You just can't do it on a rapid. It's not something that happens immediately.
Rapid fire. Here, take this.
Yep.
Mathematically, everybody needs to give 20 to whoever's going to buy this thing, except for Maddie, who needs to chip in 190.
You got it.
So the
So
math
are we going back to the? Are we
is
going
20.
back to the store?
We're still in this store.
They haven't
Still-
left.
Yeah, still in it.
Oh, I keep thinking we walked out.
Nope, you're still in it. So,
Okay.
Mom, later on I will add an item to your inventory that is called the Bands of the Familiar. It's a homebrew item that I have that it's not cooperating right now, so as soon as I can get it to work, I will add it to your inventory, and I'll make sure Lucky's all set up for you. But it will be added to you later.
Okay. So do we just take our currency and take? Is it 20 or 20? Some
So
Allie
if you
just
add
asked.
30, if you add 35 to your purse, you're good.
Yes.
If you want to be
Yeah.
able to track it, add 55 to your purse and then subtract 20.
There you go.
Okay. So who do we? And who? You just take the 20, right?
We haven't made a determination, but if we want Smalls to take it, I will happily walk back over.
There you go.
Yeah, try and get us a better deal. No, I was playing. Okay.
I want. That's why I said, can I talk to Danger?
It's already a really good deal. He might
Yeah,
he
we
might take
already
it
got
away
it down
from
by
us. Yeah,
150.
yeah.
Okay. So
Letting Lucky become a familiar is going to be fantastic for the group.
yes. So just remove the 20. Is that what I'm doing?
You need
So
to
Xena
add
has
35. If you haven't
I
added
added the
35,
35.
then you're good. If you
There you
added
go.
35, then you're good. If you added 55, then you need to subtract 20.
Make more sparks.
Okay.
Not on my head. Put it on Zena's.
I put it on Xena's head.
Who else is adding?
Out of love.
It's Xena, Monroe, Drew.
I believe the
Drum.
total is, if we're adding out of our accruance from the bounty, we acquire 35.
Here, guys.
Correct.
You guys
Oh,
can
yes.
you guys can fish out the math later on in your chat as when everything's all said. Let's move forward.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
It's all good.
Money
All right.
changer.
All right, Marshall. You know me
Nope.
in math.
Exactly. No, I know. Well, it's all good. We can sort that out. You guys can sort that all out in chat later. But like I said, Mom, I will add Bands of the Familiar to you later. I'll get you all that set up. But basically, what this item does, I will read you the description. Let me find it here. Like I said, it's homebrew. Bands of the Familiar. These bands, one bracelet, one collar, allows the user to treat an animal companion they are close with as a familiar. The animal companion must be small, or must be of small size or smaller. Currently, Lucky is of smaller than small size. He's tiny right now. So it will grow with him up until he reaches small, but once he reaches pseudo-adulthood, he will grow to large, so that's when you will need to have a larger collar for him. By placing the collar on the animal, the bracelet around your wrist, the creature is now strongly bonded to its owner. The creature is now treated as if they were summoned with the Find Familiar spell. Additionally, these bands allow the casting of Find Familiar once per day, but can only recall the animal companion the collar is on. The material components are still required for the casting.
What does that mean?
So whenever you cast Find Familiar, you have to use that's verbal, somatic, and material. Meaning you have to be able to speak, you have to be able to use your hands, and you have to give a morsel of food as the catalyst for the spell.
Nice.
So basically, you got to coax him out with some food.
Got it.
Oh, wait, that's animal friendship. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Find Familiar is actually it's 10 gold worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs that must be consumed in a fire. So basically, every time you're using this spell, if you want to hide him away and then bring him back, you're using 10 gold.
Okay.
So be mindful not to use it all the time.
Yeah.
Because it'll add up to you.
But it can be used more than once a day?
It's once a day.
Oh, once a day. But be mindful.
Yes. So if you hide him and then you bring him back, then it's your casting of once per day.
But, okay, another clarification. So he doesn't have to be hidden all the time. Can he walk with us?
Yeah, he doesn't. He does not. It's only if you want to it's only if you want to hide him away that he goes into that materials or that suspended space.
Okay, but he's familiar enough with us that we don't have to carry him everywhere now, or
maybe.
I think for now we still have to carry him.
Okay.
But
he's only been with you a few days.
Yeah, but with
Oh,
this,
he
we can bring
seems
him
like-
back if something happens to him, or we can hide him away if we need to get him to hide away.
Got it.
So, other than that, he functioned as Lucky for now.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So
I have other questions, but I'll ask later.
that's fine.
After we
go ahead.
I did also want to bring my 2 potions to Danger.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go. I do not know what these potions do, and I do not want to use them without knowing. Can you please help me with that?
Absolutely. In fact, you guys have been such good customers and patrons today. Minus a couple. He kind of looks over your shoulder and he's kind of glaring at Smalls again. Tell you what, these are on the house, and he identifies potions for you. So anything that's left in your guys' inventory, if you have a red potion that has not been identified yet, that is a healing potion. If you have an orange potion in your inventory that's not been identified yet, that is an expired healing potion.
Oh, interesting.
Basically, what that is you will roll a d4. On a 1 or a 4, instead of healing for the amount of the potion, it will poison you for that amount of damage.
Holy smokes.
And if you have any blue potions in your inventory that have not been identified yet, Danger tells you that it is something known as a Merguxor's Elixir of Life.
What does that do?
He explains to you that will give you advantage on death saving throws for 1 day if you drink it.
Oh, so it is a good thing that I gave it to Mornrow. Cool.
So, question about the potions. Were those things that were purchased or they were in our inventory?
A couple of people had potions in their inventory that had not yet been identified.
Okay, got it.
So if you guys come across in the future, if you guys come across these as loot or on people, you will automatically know what they are. You do not need to. Once you have identified something mundane or something like a potion like this, you guys will all know what it is forever. So if you come across another one, you do not need to identify it. You'll know exactly what it is.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
And if you ever come across duplicates of certain items, you do not need to identify them. You will know what they are as long as you have seen that item before.
Neat. All right.
So, Smalls, did you want to have him take a look at your hammer?
Sorry, I'm with you. Yes, I wanted him to take a look at the hammer and take a look at the other maul that I had picked up that was the tooth maul.
Okay. The maul that you're carrying currently, he doesn't even identify. That's just it's a standard maul. It's a standard heavy hammer that
Yep.
you would have like that from your anywhere. You could pick those up just about any blacksmith. So he drops the apparatus around his eyes, and he's going through several things, and he's actually you're looking through his body language in here. It's almost seeming like he's a little bit perplexed. And as you kind of looking at it, he takes it and he just kind of he takes the pole arm that's holding the head of this hammer, and he just kind of pops it off and just kind of like chucks it off to the side. But he's looking at the head of this massive hammer very, very intuitively, very deeply. And he keeps dropping these different lenses, and it's just this red and these blues and these greens. He keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper, it looks like. And he comes out, and I'm going to spare the voice for a second. But as he explains, the head of this hammer, it's not made of any kind of metal. It's organic. It's like a tooth, essentially. But by his best estimate, this tooth isn't like a traditional tooth. This seems to be almost like dried and coagulated blood. Like how a tree would petrify over time. The sap and everything would ooze over itself, and it would create another layer upon another layer upon another layer. That appears to be what this is. But the actual hammer itself, the head, it's not magical. And like if you were to put the pole back on it and hit something with it, it would be just like any other maul. It wouldn't do anything. But he does seem to notice that deep down inside of this thing is the source of whatever this is. So if you were to break it down and get into it and figure out what's at the source, at the center of this maul head, you would have a better, clear idea of what it is.
Smalls looks at him and asks, "And how do you suggest I get to this core?"
Well, it's organic, and like I said, it's not exactly difficult to. It would take some time, but if you chiseled away at it over a while, over a period of days, back when you got a little free time, I think you would eventually reveal what's down inside of it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, that'll be a 100 gold for the identification.
Really?
Yep.
Are we all still together?
Yeah, everybody's still there. But you get the roll me an insight check, Smalls.
An insight check?
Yeah, insight.
12.
He's trying to like square up to you. Basically, he's like puffing his chest out, like kind of trying to make himself like swole.
His feathers are showing like a peacock.
So essentially, you are telling me that this is a tooth that regrows itself, and there might be something at the center and wanting to charge me 100 gold. This isn't because we had a conversation over the beliefs that I brought to my group and got off your shelf at 350 gold. So if anything, I've done you a service, and you want to overcharge me at telling me something that we can all look at this thing and see, hey, it's a tooth.
Are you trying to barter him down?
Pretty much.
Are you wanting to do this with persuasion or intimidation?
We are gonna go ahead and stick with the intimidation. That's been fun.
All right, dick measuring contest. Go ahead and roll me intimidation.
Yeah, that's a nat 20. That's a 22 in total.
22 in total. He's still he kind of like his shoulders go down a little bit and he hunches down, but he's still like looking over at Xena like out of the corner of his eye, and he's like he quickly like puffs himself back up. He's like, you know what? That's fair. I didn't tell you exactly what it is, so for this time, we'll handle this like gentlemen. And he puts his hand out.
So can I walk over and put my hand on his shoulder and say, thank you? Thank you, Danger.
depends
I
on
apologize. Say that again. I missed that.
he basically puffs his chest out and he's still looking over. He's trying to like look tough in front of Xena, but he puts his hand out and says, "We'll settle this like gentlemen. That's fair. I didn't tell you exactly what it is because I can't tell right now. But if you bring it back, it's going to be 100 gold once you figure out what's inside of there. Got it?"
I can agree to that. That seems fair. Thank you for being reasonable on this.
You're just super. And he kind of boils himself back down. All right.
And Xena blows him a kiss. Mwah.
All right. Okay. I think that is the bulk of what everybody wished to accomplish here in their shopping. Is there anything anybody else wanted to look for or find while they're here?
Yeah, I gotta get that name.
Okay, good.
Of
You're
who
back.
commissioned the armor.
Get that,
Yeah, I'm
get
back.
that name. Get that name.
Okay. You want to try and find out who commissioned the armor?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have two ideas. Am I able to like do? Can we go back in time? Because I wanted to like talk to Ingus while Danger was like talking to everybody and everybody was shopping, but I didn't want to interrupt.
Okay. Yeah,
Can
that's
we
fine.
do that?
Sure.
Okay, great.
Rewind.
So I forget who he was helping after me, but I don't know, somebody. I got my armor.
Okay.
I want to find Ingus.
Okay. He's been sitting over in the corner of the shop. He's been counting coins and stuff. Him and Danger kind of finished their business before Danger went out and started talking with all y'all and figuring out what everybody was interested in. He's just kind of counting coins, continues packing and relighting his pipe every once in a while, but he's over there doing his own thing, not paying too much attention to any of y'all.
Hey Angus, real sorry to bother you there, friend, but would you be able to get me Danger's records? I want to know who commissioned this armor before I bought it.
Kind of just looks up at you, still packing his pipe, and just kind of shrugs.
Could you get him?
Kind of shrugs again.
Can you write?
Mm.
Can I pass him my journal and my pencil?
Sure. And he kind of just takes it real quick and just writes, "Just ask Danger."
But I don't like that guy. He sucks.
He writes real quickly, "Yup."
Ugh, fine. Is there anything that I could offer him that would make me tell him I'm not gonna flirt with him like Xena is?
He kind of looks you up and down with this like weird look, like shrugs, like,
Dude.
he takes the pen. He takes the pen back. Says, "Just ask nicely." He writes.
Fine, I'll be nice. Jesus. Okay, so once we've got the collar, I guess I'm gonna ask Danger nicely.
I can check back in the records. It'll take me some time. Listen. Once I find out who it was, if I can, I'll send you a message and I'll send you a sending and I'll let you know. Okay.
I appreciate that, man. And I just wanted to say, I like your hair. I think more guys should grow it long.
Kind of like run his fingers through his like it's like it's coarse, it's thick, and he kind of gets stuck in like a bit of a knot as he pushes it back through his almost receding hairline. Like, ow, thanks.
Brushing hair is good for your scalp. You should do it 100 times a day. Braiding it before you go to bed will keep it from tangling.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind while I'm looking for your information.
Sorry, thank you.
All right.
Push his book forward on desk.
Right. I forgot.
All right. So that kind of wraps up everything that's in Dangerous for right now. Did anybody have anything else that they wanted to do? Inside of Dangerous, I should say.
Can I ask about the horn at all that I have?
Yeah, if you wanted to check it out, it'll. He takes the horn and looks it over and says it'll cost you 100 gold, but I could take a look.
Don't let that man look at your horn.
Oh, Drew, you convinced me. I'll show Drew my horn later then. Nah, I don't need to.
Oh,
Okay. He quickly beckons, like, listen, everybody. Look, I'm trying to run a business here and everything, but you know, from one professional to another, there are certain skills and abilities. I'm gonna drop the accent real quick. There are certain skills and abilities and spells out there that can help you all with your in your line of work when you're trying to figure out these items or things you come across out in the wild. That you could get a rudimentary understanding of what they are, depending on your capabilities of magic or the ability that you use. But anything that's deeply, you know, more complex, you're definitely going to need to hire somebody or have an understanding of the magic of which they use to do what Danger does. But you can eventually
So,
do it yourselves.
as a
Mm.
DM, you're saying give this guy a try for the love of God.
Basically, it's like it's something more complex. It's like if you tried to do it yourself later on, I'm not saying you cannot, but at your current position right now, you will not know what things are until you learn the particular spell or skill associated with what he does. But you
I'm
can
gonna turn to
eventually.
Drew. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, eventually you will be able to do it yourselves.
I'm gonna turn to Drew and I go. Something's telling me that I need to check, the angle of this horn, but you can certainly check other parts later.
yeah. Go
The
have him
horn
check
for
your instrument, Warren.
All right,
He
here you go.
actually seems knowledgeable.
100 gold.
All right.
What can you tell me about this horn?
Well, he actually goes diving into it more, dropping the lenses and taking. Well, um, well, I can't. And he slides your money back to you. It's it's not it's a horn in the sense of what you can do with it now, but it's part of a greater. It's part of something else.
All right.
Hmm.
It's just one. It's just one part of something much grander.
Could I give you some tip money to ask if you might have an idea of a lead about it? Do you know where I could possibly
Oh,
get information?
yeah, yeah. He takes 20. He slides 20 back out of the 100 that you handed to him. Um, I'll take some time and I'll let you know. Your friend here was interested in some other information. Once I figure it out, I'll send you guys a sending and let you know.
Sounds great, my friend. I appreciate that.
Don't. I mean, if I can find anything, I'll let you know. But it'll take some time. Just be patient.
Patience is my thing
Bet
that I
you.
hold.
And he kind of like beckons you in close with a motion of his fingers and listen, wherever you got that ring, get rid of it quickly. All right. He's whispering this to you, by the way. Whoever's inside of that thing, you don't want any part of that.
How do I get rid of it?
Did when you picked it up, did it tell you anything? Say anything to you?
It said to deliver it to somebody.
Whoever it told, I don't want to know. Don't tell me. Whoever it told you to take it to, I would suggest you just do that as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Super. Bye bye. Go bye.
Okay. Drew,
All
come
right.
play with my horn.
Yes, sir.
All right. We are
Okay,
going to wrap
really
up.
quick question.
Okay, go ahead.
Lucky a male or female?
We haven't
You,
checked.
you haven't checked yet.
We
You have no
absolutely
idea.
have not checked.
You have not sexed the puppy.
Oh. Okay.
Tell you what, when you get your ability to speak with animals, you could probably ask him or her.
Okay,
Them.
because
Them.
that
Sure,
brought a
Thank you.
scary
them.
it brought a scary thought to mind. Sorry.
It's okay. All right. With that, we are going to wrap up at Danger's All Work with the shopping spree. Now, the just recalling some information real quick. Angus still has the room for you guys back at the Wagoneer. That is still booked up for you for one more night. He did, just reminding everybody, he did wish to, tell everybody that if you wish to travel back with Angus and Ingus, with the both of them, back to Triniborg, he had already commissioned a way to get everybody back faster than traveling by the highway. So if you wanted to travel with them, the following morning, you would need to return to the hotel before nightfall to take your long rest, and you guys can continue your conversations, or if anybody wished to take anything, build anything out, or do anything during the long rest, you absolutely can do that. If anybody had anything else they wish to do around town, it's midday right now, about 1-2 p.m., going on 3. You've got a few hours, and then it'll take you a couple hours to travel back to the Wagoneer. So if anybody had anything else they wish to do in town, you have some time to do so, or you can make your way back.
So, is there a place where I can practice with that sling?
Not necessarily like in the store or anywhere out in the city, like brandishing your weapons is highly frowned upon. But you think like maybe back in the room, you might be able to have it's a large space. You might be able to try something back there, or while you're traveling, you'll be able to practice some more.
Okay. That's what I
I'd say
need.
we should head back.
I'm good. I'm heading back as well.
Me too.
Did anybody else want anything else they wanted to do?
I'm just gonna head back.
Anybody else?
Yeah, just heading back.
Okay.
Collect my
Everybody.
payment.
Well, you guys have already been paid for this job, so.
Dang
Yeah.
it.
All right. You all make your way back, and you actually make your way out of Dangerous All Works and make your way down the steps, and you're back under the causeway here in this like grubby, rundown neighborhood. It feels like, and it's vastly different environment than what you just walked out of. You know that jovial, carefree, chaotic place you were just inside. Now it's dank and dreary, and you get that same familiar smell of that old stale water inside of copper pipes. You can hear the banging and the humming of the hot gates off to the distance that blocks the way from into the Grand Ravine where the mining operations the city drives itself upon. But you make your way out, make your way back up onto the highway causeway, and it takes you a couple of hours. We're not going to roll for anything like that. You guys know your way now. You make your way back to the Wagoneer with little to no issue. Babar's there at the bar. You guys are making it back. It's still it's early evening, about 5 p.m. or so. But people are starting to pour in. A couple of folks, a lot of people are getting off of work. There's a lot of brews and stuff being passed around. A lot of food. It's that same hyper jovial, happy environment. Everybody's very welcoming. It's very warm. There's not a whole lot of This isn't a den of vice and violence. No, this is a good, clean place for everyone to hang out, have a good food, good drink, good time. But you may make your way back, but you can head to the bar, you can head up to your room, you can do whatever you want to. The floor is yours.
Xena, am gonna head up to the room and contemplate the things that I received and practice. Just swinging my sling.
All right. You notice that the length of the room, it's a good sized room. And while you can't exactly go full bore with this thing like you're in combat or anything, you can definitely position a few things up. Using your druid craft, you can kind of create a few plants, a few breakables on the opposite side of the room, and then go to the opposite side and take a few shots before you need to go set it up again. But you can definitely get some practice in.
Cool. That's what I'm gonna do.
Who else?
I wanted to ask Angus a question about the job, if possible.
Angus, go for it. You find Angus, he's kind of plopped down that same table that you guys found him at the night prior, just drinking away. He's got a lot of paper strewn out in front of him, a bunch of log books. He's kind of just plugging away. Not quite sure what he's working on there, but he's just doing his thing. He's got a big mug of ale. Got his own pipe there. It's kind of cooking off to the side. Every once in a while, takes a quick drag off of it. Takes a big slam of ale, then dives back into his books. But doesn't look up as you approach, but just kind of doing his thing.
Good afternoon, Angus. Can I buy you a drink?
Kind of picks up the ale that he's already drinking, like just showing you, like, I've got a drink.
Hey, I'll get the next one for you then. I had a question. You offered us some work heading back to Triniborg.
Hey, if you want to come back with my brother and I, there might be some more work when we get back to the warehouse. Angus has got some business down south. If you want to accompany him, not all of you are completely fucking incompetent, so might be some more money in it for you. And seeing how you're all budding wee bab adventurers, you might want to be looking for some more jobs down south, anyways. Complete your rule of 3.
I agree. That's something that I want to accomplish. I think the group does too. And I was hoping that when we go back, I might be able to maybe rent some space on your wagon or have a little space because I wanted to try my hand at some brewing.
Well, I don't think I'll be accompanying you on this trip. It'll just be you all Angus this time around. But you're interested in getting into the Wagoneer business?
I am.
We might be able to talk. Tell you what. Survive the trip down south to Sylvaden, bring my brother back alive, and we'll talk then.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'll talk to the group and see what we can if we're all gonna join you on that. Or Angus.
Right. Sounds grand.
Alright, I'm gonna leave him be then before he yells at me.
He just goes back to his books.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to the group if anyone's downstairs drinking at all. I'm gonna see if I can find somebody.
Okay.
I would be drinking.
You are the person I'm finding then.
I am surprised that I have probably harassed Drum into joining me.
I have been harassed into joining, but casually listening, I think I'm going to raise an eyebrow at the mention of Sylvaden. But I am not going to say anything about it.
Hold that thought for everybody real quick. We will turn to the party. Alex, you there?
Alex.
Turn.
Alex?
My turn. Sorry.
Did Morb want to do anything?
Yes.
It's been quiet this entire trip, but I feel like he's been fixated on something after he managed to purchase something he was after.
I've been stewing and planning. I would like to go up to the room. Pull up my. I would like to start working on the project.
Okay. With the equipment that you've been able to finagle, now we're gonna go back. You come up to the room. It's the same room that you all left. Like I said, various cots, and there's these little mushroom-shaped little beds everywhere. And there is a space off in the far right corner after you enter the double doors leading into this room. It's a large table. Seems like it's maybe meant for like a little coffee corner type thing, but it's a space large enough for you to kind of lay out your tools and maybe go after something if you were looking to do that.
Yes. Yeah, I'll do it there.
Okay. Let me find my notes here. All right. What's Morb up to? Explain the process of when Morb goes a tinkering.
So all the parts that I've acquired, I'm gonna lay out all like neatly. Have the bags of the smoke powder I have, set those aside. I'm gonna pull out the crude blueprint of Ingus's gun as well, just
Okay.
to like as like a start form for the handle, because I know I don't want to make the exact one.
Okay. Now, with the parts that you were able to purchase, now it has enough materials in it for you to attempt multiple attempts on something. You can attempt a large-scale weapon twice, or you can attempt a smaller scale weapon up to 3 times. If you fail your rolls, you will have to. You can only attempt to roll 1 time per long rest. If you fail tonight, you can attempt to do it again tomorrow. Now, the blueprints that you've gotten, those will add to your rolls. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to give me Arcana here. You can either use the blueprints to add a +3 to 2 of your rolls, or a +6 to 1 of your rolls. And with your current Arcana, that'll either be a +10 roll once, or a +7 twice to with your current Arcana. So, are you going after a large caliber weapon or a smaller scale weapon?
I think I want to do a large.
Okay. Do you have any spell slots available? You will need to cast at least a 1 level 1 spell in order to accomplish the goal that you are setting out to do right now.
I have exactly 1 left.
Okay. So you have enough for tonight. With this, we're going to let you roll your Arcana with everything all together. This is a culmination of a lot of, several nights of, watching Ingus tinkering away with his weapon, of observing certain things that you've been noticing in combat, of your past, of tinkering away with weapons aboard the ship. Your skill set here. This is something you've never attempted for yourself. It's always been something commissioned by someone else or something against your will. It's never been for you. So this is a budding moment, and you can feel the weight and the stress of it on yourself as you go to start plugging away and tinkering away with your tools. So with that, go ahead and give me your first Arcana roll.
Let me find where you had them added up. Okay. Ooh, there's a 19 plus the Arcana. So I'm gonna do the one where I can do it at the 2, or did I say 1?
So you rolled a flat 19 and you're adding your current roll to it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I had.
So you can either add a +10 once or a +7 twice with your current plus Arcana. So if you rolled a flat 19.
Okay, I'll do the 7, so 26.
26 altogether. Very nice. It takes you hours, okay? I would say that you're not joining in any of the conversations or any of the jovialism tonight, anything going on downstairs. You are solely, singularly, mindedly focused on this. You are plugging away for hours. Now, you are successful in, after a couple of attempts here, grafting certain things together using your magical know-how and your Arcana. You're welding certain things together using your magical abilities. You have something in front of you that is unlike anything you've ever seen before. But you almost feel like it's not quite there. You feel like you could do something else here. Now, with that, if you want to forego your long rest tonight, you will take a level of exhaustion because you will not sleep. You will continue through the night working on this, and you will need to make another Arcana roll. This time, just a flat roll. And depending on if you get anything less than a 5, the project will fail. On a 6 to a 10, or I would say on a 6 to a 14, you have a good result. On a 14 or higher, or on a 15 or higher, you result in something great. Do you wish to continue working through the night?
Yes.
Okay. This is a flat Arcana roll, so you can still add your Arcana modifier to it, but go ahead and give me one more roll.
That's a natural 20.
You
Babe.
shitting me?
Dude, that's a natural 20.
I love this game.
Son of a bitch. You're gonna need to take a photo of that and send it to the group, put it in the group chat. But
Nice.
That's insane. Alex,
I appreciate
like,
that.
what?
Excellent.
Everything that Drum fails at, the rest of the group succeeds at. So it's
Oh,
great. You
It
guys
doesn't
keep going.
like.
dude, I was hoping for a decent time.
You have an emotional support centaur. Don't worry.
you emotional support horseman. All right.
Dude, I wouldn't even pay
Wow.
to do something for me on that. Just like,
All right.
That-
Where you at?
Something great.
Waiting for me to look at it, and then kept pointing at it. He's
All
like,
right. Alex, I am adding something to your inventory currently. If you want to go ahead and refresh your character sheet on the app and go ahead and take a look at it, if you wish to tell the group exactly what you just created, you may, or you can keep it to yourself.
He said, "I'm gonna keep it to myself."
What?
He said, "That's my business."
Until I use it.
Oh man.
You see it in there?
Yes.
You could rename it to whatever you want. I just gave it that as a basic idea of what it is.
It's got a good name to it.
All right. With that, you work through the night. Go ahead and add yourself a level of exhaustion. You do not recover any hit points because you do not sleep, or you also do not recover any of your spell slots. Keep that in mind.
Damn it, Will.
All right. We're going to shift back to the rest of the group. The floor is everybody. Who wants to have a conversation? Who wants to finish out the night? Who wants to do what here?
I want to keep practicing and then get some rest because I'm exhausted. The sling takes a lot out of me.
Absolutely. Monroe, Drew, Drum, Kyron.
Telling me something. I was about to gonna go up to Drew and just stand in front of Drew, strike a pose where I think there's a good light going, and go, "So, you like the gleam on my chest now?"
Oh, did you buy the armor?
I did. Do you see my shiny scaliness?
Can I see the scar like through the armor? Is it covered?
You can see like a blue hue coming above
Okay.
it. Like you could see like the tentacles of like the weird jellyfish type trappings going up my neck. So it almost blends pretty well with the armor if you didn't know it was a scar to begin with.
Okay. Marshall,
So what do you think?
do I have good memories associated with this armor?
For the most part, they were.
Okay.
These are the people that you worked with. They are river folk. They are, not pirates in the sort of sense, but that's their lifestyle. They're very privateer, but they're also very business centric. And as long as you're useful, then they're good to you. And you were very useful.
All right.
What do you think?
It looks good on you.
Oh yeah, shimmy my chest. Be like, oh yeah. When I start to really get into it, I'm gonna start making diamonds fall into your eyes a little bit more often, eh?
You don't have to try so hard.
Uh, who? Well, you know, you're making me a bit bashful now that I know, like,
I know. Trying so hard makes you feel safer, doesn't it?
you'll see a little bit of a nosebleed going. Well,
You're already safe with me.
you're just a little kind heart, ladies. Oh, but can you keep a secret?
Of course I can.
Did Did you see what happened earlier when I
I
was trying to
did.
purchase my things and then suddenly he just blasted away from me?
Mm-hmm. I saw it.
I don't know what the hell that was, but he whispered up to me about. I guess I'm carrying something.
Before you do that, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Shit. I thought I could get away with it. No.
Good try.
Oh.
Oh,
Owlbear's
wait a
judging you.
second. 18.
18. You take 4 points of psychic damage. and something attempts to get into your mind. Something's trying to say something, but it sounds like it's underwater. All you hear is
About the ring?
you don't know.
Uh,
You just hear this. You just feel this sharp
I
pain,
just
like
hear
a
vocals. Okay.
yeah. You just feel this quick sharp pain in your temples, like, and then you hear like something's attempting to talk to you in your mind, but it sounds like it's being drowned out. It's like it's underwater.
Go- Ugh. Ow. Ow, my ears. It sounds like they're full of water. Ah.
Well, that's not
Uh,
good.
well, hmm. Seems to me that there's something going on. Will you watch over me? If
Yeah,
anything else looks weird, you have my back at least.
Morn. After all this weirdness, you're gonna ask me that now?
Well, you. I might be a bit blunt when I want to be flirty, but deep down, I'm intimidated because you're just the nicest thing and looking the nicest thing, that, well, you could play with my horn anytime.
I'll take you up on that. Listen, I'm learning some things about the past I don't remember. I might not be as nice as you think, but as long as I'm still here and I'm still me, I'll look after you. Okay? I promise you that.
Right. And I like badass men. So you
Yeah,
don't
I
have to be
gathered.
nice, but you don't have to be soft on me either. Leave a very good impression on me, I think. Maybe a mark here or two. I saw one. It would be a shame if you didn't leave more marks on me that I would like to remember you by in the future.
Listen, I'll keep that in mind. The room we're staying in is full of people.
Oh, they know. Right. I'll wait for people to reply.
Yeah.
See, they know. Right, well,
The rooms
with
are
my flush
upstairs,
face,
you two.
my nose will start to bleed a little bit more, but it's like a bluish hue. Right, well,
Gonna
I'm going
throw like a
to.
handkerchief at her. Him.
Oh, thank you, Kyron. I just,
I want to
I just
kiss
took
him.
some damage. Oh, and
Everybody waits tentatively.
we're like, oh, and
I start clapping. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, wait, because I think I have one spell slot left, hopefully. Yes, I do! Oh my gosh, okay.
oh,
So I'm gonna cup
Mischief.
his face with my hand and wipe away the blood with my thumb. And I'm gonna lean in and I'm gonna kiss him on the lips and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
oh. What do I feel when it goes through my lips this time?
What do I feel?
That's for 8 points.
Neat. Do I feel like a musky feeling
Hot
from you? Does
passion.
it smell like wood and fire? Like, what's going on in these lips of mine?
That's all for Drew to describe. That's not on me.
Uh,
Didn't
I
think
don't
I'd
know.
get this far.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what magic is like. Oh
I feel like,
gosh.
You see,
well,
I
I'll
would
say,
assume a warm feeling of great passion and intensity that has an intent that feels like it's meant to guard and heal and protect you. But that'd be a rough guess, basing on druidic magic.
Have
I'm
you ever
gonna
like
say when
held have you ever like held a coal like out of the fire where it's still warm, but it's
Ooh,
like just warm to the touch, but it's
Yeah.
still burning on the inside?
yes,
It's
Yeah.
like that.
and then you're gonna feel when that happens. I'm gonna flicker my tongue just a little bit on your teeth, and you'll feel an electrifying pulse, like a blue electric pulse on your teeth.
At
Great.
this point, I'm gonna nudge Maddie and just be like, "Told you."
I raise my glass. Yes!
Also raising my glass to cheer with Maddie.
Cheers!
Same.
Good thing Kyron gave me this handkerchief. I don't know if now coming through my nose is just blood or just passion. I can't
More that's
think anymore.
disgusting.
I can't think anymore.
That's okay, you don't need to. Just go sit down.
Can I cuddle with you tonight?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Um
Hey, Maddie, I need beer, please. I'm gonna like
Yeah!
swing away.
Just come join us over here, both of y'all.
Come join us.
I got a kiss, guys. Ah!
Floor's still open. Anybody else?
Yeah,
I believe Maddie was looking for people, and that's when I decided I was at the bar.
thank you, Drum.
And then we got distracted by the show of our
You're very welcome.
compatriots becoming one. So, Maddie, what did you want to talk to us about, my friend?
No, I've been having just an amazing time with this group, and I don't want it to end. We're making some good money. We're having some good experiences, and I do a wink wink over at Monroe. Yeah!
Yeah, raise my glass.
You got something coming out of your nose. Alright, so.
I won't describe it anymore.
Raw passion.
It's passion. Thank you, Drum.
Anime, it's an art form.
So I'm telling you all right now that tomorrow I'm gonna go with Ingus and I'm gonna accept the job that they offered us, and I think you guys should come too. We need to finish our rule of 3 and keep going forward. Who's with me?
Yes. I.
Yeah, alright.
Thanks, Drew.
Someone has to keep you guys alive. I guess I'll come along.
They
I'll
did say
cheers to that.
Silverden, right?
Xena says cheers. Xena had to go back.
I believe we're
Yes.
going south.
Yes, they did. So tomorrow, let's have some drinks tonight. Drink it up, and tomorrow we'll meet them and keep on going.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. Here, here.
I'll decide later if I'll join you guys. This might not be the mission for me.
Awkward silence.
But for now, we can drink.
We drink.
We drink.
Abby, did you want to have any conversations? Did we lose Monica?
They're all muted. I don't know.
Sorry, what happened?
Did you want to have any conversations? The floor is open. I believe you said you wanted to talk to Drum later.
I did, yes. Once it's gonna be when everybody else is like distracted and nobody's really paying attention. Then I'm gonna go up to Drum and be like, "It is time for us to talk.
But we're drinking.
It is time for us to talk."
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pull
Where
him
you
away.
going, Drum?
Apparently me and Abby have some private business to handle.
Kissing too? Go for it, Drum. Oh boy, let's
don't think it's anything like that. It might have something to do with some kinks, though.
Ooh.
Please describe that later too.
I'm just
Do I
gonna
need
be
to
like,
bring my hammer?
no, you do not.
I have a horn.
I have a list of things that I need to talk to you about. We're gonna start with what what hold on. Let's we're going over there. And then I'm gonna pull him to like a corner of the room and be like, what the hell is going on?
You clearly need help, and I've got nothing better to do. At least for now. This may change later. But you need the help more than anyone else in this group. I can't say why, but it's very clear to me.
What do you mean?
There's a look of desperation that I once knew. And no one was there for me when that happened. So I figure, at least for now, I can help you get to wherever you need to go. I don't need the details. Overall, those are irrelevant. But for now, I think I can help you.
I'm so confused. How did you speak back to me? You've never done that before.
Simple magics are a wonderful thing. This is something I acquired at Danger's shop. There were a couple items like it, and I used to use it with a friend before.
Hmm.
Much like you,
Okay.
they could speak to the mind, but this is the only way I had to speak back.
There was a lot more about you that I did not realize. Um, okay. So you are willing to help me regardless of what it is.
For now, that is the case. I may have more pressing business later, but you are by far the most interesting person in this group. I guess Drew as well, but I don't know what's going on there. There's they get way too excited when I talk about kinks, and I'm not sure what the fascination with armor is.
That is fair. Um, what uh what makes me interesting to you? I
Well, you're constantly hiding in that cloak. That's the big thing. And you always seem like you want to help people, even though there's no reason for you want to help us. Not helping others isn't as common as you seem to make it.
I did notice that actually in my interactions with Smalls. But I don't know. When I left my tribe, I thought it would be so much easier than this. I have a mission. You're not wrong about that. And I have something that I need to get done, and I feel like I've gone nowhere with it. And they expect more of me, but
Well, then for now, I'm along for the mission. I'm not sure what it is, and overall, I might not be of much help. But I can stand in front of a couple of swords for you.
you're a very trusting person.
Absolutely not. I just know the look of desperation.
Right. Well, then we will work together. Though I do not like that people keep calling us friends. It makes me feel weird.
Well, then call us something else.
I do not know much other words. Would allies work? Or
Allies is a much better
par-
term. I don't really have
partners?
very many friends. What was the
Would
other? Sorry, I missed it.
partners, I don't know if that would apply.
See nothing wrong with partners. Though I feel like Maddie asked me to be partners with him earlier, so maybe it's not the same.
Maybe we should ask Maddie that.
That's a good idea. We'll wait till he's alone, though.
Yeah.
But for now, I think we should get back to drinking. You look like you've had a hellish day.
I appreciate it, but I need to think about some things. I do not think I will be drinking.
Suit yourself. I'm gonna saunter over to the rest of the drinking party.
I'm going to look extremely confused in the corner for a while.
Alrighty. Does anybody else have anything they want to talk about or have a conversation about? All right. Those of you that have retreated to either your own dark brooding corners or the return to your room to sleep off the night, those of you that have stayed behind are drinking and jovially, carrying on and having a good time. The majority of you agreed that you will all, everybody seems to have agreed that you will all travel back at least to Triniborg together. In the morning, you will wake with Angus and Ingus, and you will gather up all of your belongings and everything that they have, and you will make your way. Angus explains to the group that he has commissioned a steamboat to take everyone back via river from Opus Day to Triniborg. This will be an infinitely quicker trip. Rather than 9 travel checks, it will be 3 because you are traveling considerably faster. So be prepared. Everyone make sure that you have all of your belongings in place. You have your rations if you purchase any additional ones, and make sure those are checked off. But you will leave bright and early in the morning, and you will be heading to a vessel that he explains to you in case you all get separated. It is called the Splinters on Me Fingers.
Splinters on me fingers.
There's a vessel down by the docks that if anybody gets lost along the way, just ask around, and then somebody should be able to direct you to it.
Marshall, if I want to grab some rations because I didn't ask earlier, can I subtract some gold to buy some, or do we have to roleplay it?
No, it's fine. You can subtract it. You can purchase a few limited amount. You can buy up to 3 from Babar here. It'll be 3 gold a piece. So depending on how many you want to buy.
Yeah, I'll buy 3 and I'll take off the 9 gold.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Is everybody retreating to the room now for a long rest?
How many days back is it again?
3.
Okay, I should be fine
Yeah,
then.
that's a smart plan to get some rations. I need to see if I have them.
Keep in mind, a lot of you lost a great many of your rations in that fight at the tower because they got stuck in the mud and weather and everything got to them. So a lot of you lost quite a few. So this one time as a DM, I will remind you all to make sure you restock.
Yeah, I do need to get some.
That's why I wanted to
I still
verify
have
the
some.
days back.
Each of you can. So I will say this: you can purchase a grand total of 10 from Babar before he runs out.
So divide among ourselves the 10.
There are 7 left because Maddie already purchased 3.
Maddie
Got
got
it,
3. There's 7. Yeah,
How
whoever
many
else
do
needs
you
them, I have
have?
5 still.
I am completely out.
Yeah, same.
You two buy some then.
Yep.
I still have 6, so I should be okay for the travel back.
Deal.
I bought some from All Works. I have a lot, but that's besides the point.
You're fine, and that's all that matters.
I am
You relax, Mr. Kink over here.
Couldn't buy my big hammer though. I tried.
Oh, you'll find it, buddy.
All right.
So everyone needs to wield hammers. Understood.
No.
What?
Is anybody else buying any?
Just me and you, I think.
Okay. I take
split it up.
you.
And Maddie.
Alright.
Maddie already bought 3, so there's 7 left. You can split it up 4-3 if you want. Just make sure you subtract each one's worth 3 gold, so you need to subtract either 12 or 9 gold from your persons. All right. Everybody is able to return to the room after some early, some later. No issues, nothing going on in the bar in terms of just everybody having a good time. This was a pleasant end to some of y'all's first official visits to Opus Day. This is the last night. And with that, everybody returns to the room, bundles themselves up, or finds their perfect spot, either in a cot or one of the beds or one of the various mushroom-shaped sleeping quarters inside this large dorm-like room. And with that, everybody can go ahead and take a long rest, except for Morb. You have foregone your long rest.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't mind.
How
Started the
much
grandma.
was the ale, the alcohols, that I was retarded and decided to buy without asking how much it was?
Yeah, I didn't think about it either. Everybody can subtract 2 gold from their persons. That'll enough for your ale and your food and your drink for the night. Call it even.
I'm sorry.
I didn't think about it either. But
Don't apologize. We want everything to be accountable.
yep, that's good. Thank you
be-
for keeping me honest.
I'll be honest now. That way, if I boo boo later, it's not so bad.
Drum, you here?
I am here.
So, as you're sleeping, you're kind of just laying in bed there. Your mind's racing through various things that are happening now, things that have happened in the past. You know, your budding relationship, friendship, partnership, whatever you want to call it, with the rest of the group, especially with Abby. You're attempting to find your place. You know, feel like you haven't really belonged in a while. Things that you've gone through, the things that you've witnessed, things that you've lost. But you're in this space, in this city, this hustle and bustle. This isn't exactly not exactly your bag. You're glad to be leaving in the morning, but the thought of where you're headed does loom a little heavy on your shoulders. You have a little trouble falling asleep. I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
15.
15. Okay. Roll me and then on top of that, I want you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Also 15.
Very nice, double 15. You still feel like you get your long rest, but it's almost like it's a waking sleep. You feel like your mind just cannot shut down. You just can't stop. You can't put the day away, and there's just something looming in your head, and then there's also a sound. And you kind of look over to the window and the silhouette. There's these like sheen, kind of like curtains and stuff that are blocking things out. But you notice something on the window perch just outside. It's the moonlight beaming down. It's making the silhouette appear. There's something outside the window. It's small, kind of like darting back and forth, hopping, almost like it's something moving along a railing, maybe. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna very slowly, very quietly. I'm not even sure if I'm in a bed. I'm gonna get up from where I'm at and then try and make my way very cautiously towards whatever's going on outside the window. More out of curiosity than any kind of fear.
As you make your way across, are you trying to move quietly, or are you just kind of making your way over?
I'll try and move quietly.
Okay, roll me a stealth real quick.
2.
Oh man, I thought it was gonna get better from here.
Stubs his toe on the end of the bed, screams
Son of a
"fuck"
bitch.
as he continues to go across the room.
In fact, you're like I said, you're still in a very much so in a waking sleep type thing, and it's like, oh god, it's bugging you because you can hear the thing moving almost. It's like a scratching. It's that weird pesky sound, like you're like a cricket in the room. It's gonna bug you all night unless you do something about it. You get yourself up, you're just kind of like, ugh. The bread kind of creaks a little bit. It's got that weird spongy texture to it because it is like basically a very large mushroom. You put your feet down, and like it seems like every step that you take, there's this weird like creaking to the floorboards. but it's at the same time it's a sound that is only really obvious to you, and it's really bugging you. It's all these strange sounds because you just cannot shut your brain off. It's maddening. And as you kind of approach the windowsill, you notice that the silhouette has stopped, and it's sitting right dead center where you would just part the curtains open, and you just notice that a pair of wings just kind of outstretches, and it's almost like you could tell it's some kind of bird, and it's sitting out there. But why would a bird be like? It's almost like it's sunning itself, has its wings out, like it's trying to dry off or something. But why would a bird be doing this in the middle of the night? It's cold out. What's going on? What do you want to do?
I am going to. I pulled back the curtains and I'm staring at it. I am going to try and focus on it, just intently stare at it because I feel like something's desperately either wrong or right about this scenario, and I cannot determine which because I'm still kind of in that like haze. So I'm going to stare kind of intently at it, but I'm not going to move just in case it hasn't noticed me yet.
As you you pull back the curtains.
I do pull back the curtains.
Okay. As you pull back the curtains, it notices you. It's literally it's a deep black winged or black feathered raven. Those feathers are dark as night. They almost have like a blue tinge to it. And it's just looking at you. Kind of cocks its head every once in a while. Darts to the left, darts to the left, darts to the right. Doesn't do anything. Puts its feathers back. It's just looking at you.
I'm going to assume that I probably don't have a shirt on at this time. I'm going to touch the totem that is on my chest and very, very cautiously ask, "Do I know you?"
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Is this against something I can see?
Yes.
All right. I have advantage against that.
You always have it, or is that only when you're raging?
It is dexterity. As
I
long
think
as
it's
I'm
only.
not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated.
Yeah, so it's something you always have. Okay, you're good.
Yeah. I think it was 9.
9 altogether.
Yeah, 9.
Okay.
With advantage?
Yeah, with advantage. I rolled a natural 1 with the other one.
Wolf.
Not.
As you put your hand to the fetish around your neck, and you ask, "Do I know?" Before you can even finish, the raven reaches out and snatches the fetish off of you and just rips it off of your chest. It's like the knotting in the cable that kept it around your neck doesn't even matter. It grabs the feathers and it just flies off, and it darts down, down, down as you watch it, and it immediately flies to a small tree in a clearing. Like, you don't remember this tree here. It's literally out in the middle of the causeway that leads to this establishment. Don't remember a tree being there, but it's there now.
That
It's
is
just
completely irrelevant to the fact that I need to get that back immediately.
okay.
Is the window open?
Oh yeah, wide open.
All right, the window's open. I am jumping out the window. Um, just, just so we're clear, I am jumping out the window. And full on after hitting the ground, sprinting towards that bird in the clearing.
As you go diving out the window, you feel as if you're falling, but you're not falling hard. You're not falling fast. There's something that almost like it grabs you by the shoulders and it just picks you up ever so slightly. And just before you hit the ground, it brings you upright, and you just kind of, deftly put your feet to the ground, and you land without damage. You look up, look back, nothing. Trees in front of you. Raven sitting on a small branch about 20 feet up.
Like the tree's directly in front of me, though, or is it okay?
It's just it's within a quick dash distance.
Okay. I'm still gonna make my way towards the tree. But teething, I'm going to say, give it back. Bless you.
Just kind of cocks its head. Still has the fetish in its mouth, in its beak. It's just hanging up there, though.
I am going to loudly or louder, because I am now not necessarily paying attention to my surroundings. Give it back as I am getting closer to it.
You're climbing up.
I am climbing up.
Okay. You're about 10 feet up. Make me a dexterity check. Well, it's either dexterity or acrobatics. You're climbing.
Let's go athletics or no, acrobatics.
Acrobatics, yeah.
I guess it doesn't matter either one I do, so we'll do 30.
How much you got for
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, nice. You're able to definitely climb up. You make it about 10 feet up, and you stop at the 10-foot point, and you just reach your hand up, and you're just growling at this raven. Give it back. You hear a voice, but it's mine.
Then come back to me.
Come and take it.
With that, I'm going to heavily sigh, as signature of me going into rage. And I am going to lunge for the bird.
All right.
Will also expend a rage, even though I'm dreaming.
Make me an attack roll.
Attack roll? Okay. Eight, because dice hate me, apparently.
As you rage and you're seething and you reach up and you go to attack, you got to reach out and grab this bird and take back what is yours, what you have held on to for all this time, that thing that means so much to you that you will never let anybody take from you again. But you grab nothing. Your hand finds no purpose, no grasp, nothing. You're
Bird's
just
still there?
standing there, climbing up halfway a tree. Nothing.
Bird's still there, or do I just like grasp
gone.
at nothing?
It's gone. Nothing.
Uh,
Fetish is gone. Bird's gone. You're just a pissed off dwarf halfway up a tree.
I'm going to slide down the tree and then just start punching the shit out of the tree.
Okay.
Don't care who hears or what. Just pure frustration.
As you start cleaving away at this tree with your bare fists, your hands start to give way at the bark as it's just hewing away at the skin. I mean, you've been in the living wild. You've been living rough and wild for a long time. Your knuckles you got tough hands, but this thing is just tearing away, and the blood begins to splatter. It's almost feeling like you're getting down to the bone as you continue to just push and pound and just hammer into this tree, and the trunk begins to give way, and the bark begins to give way to the meat of the tree, and it just starts keeving and claving, and it's like you are hewing at this tree as if your hands were becoming axes, and it begins to open up wider and wider. Do you continue attacking?
Yes.
That you just begin smacking. You can feel the bones inside of your wrist and the bones inside your elbow, all the way up your shoulder. It feels as if you are breaking yourself. You are just giving everything that you have to break away at this. The rage, just that anger that you felt, that same rage, that same anger, that helplessness, though, that you felt all those years ago, all that time ago, when it was taken from you, when they took from you and left you with nothing but that fetish around your neck. That is all that is driving you. That is all you feel. No pain, nothing. You were just tearing into this tree. What else do you feel?
Not feeling pain. Feeling rage. I feel lonely while this is happening, and immensely lonely, like overwhelmingly so.
A few more strikes and this tree just snaps. It comes tumbling down, just a straight timber, collapses to the ground. As you fall to your knees, beaten, battered, bruised, bloody,